crashing, it's possible that two people made a bad decision at the same time. But cars don't crash by themselves. They've got to be told to crash.
SAPOL is moving with the times, allowing officers to have visible tattoos. They must be non-offensive and can't be on the face, head or neck. Male officers will also be able to have long hair, but it must be tied back to comply with health and safety requirements. The Police Commissioner has approved the changes as SAPOL tries to boost recruitment. Adelaide Uni's Professor Andrew Stewart says it's understandable.
There's a lot more that's allowed today. And of course, employers can set standards, but at the same time, if they set the standards too high or too strictly, then they might get challenged legally, but more importantly, they might be denying themselves the best workers.
Highgate Park, the site of the former Julia Farr Centre, is on the market. The 2.8 hectare site at Fullerton offers a unique development opportunity. It was a residential facility for people with high-level disabilities until 2020. Human Services Minister Nat Cook says it's being offered for sale after extensive consultation with disability groups.
The money from the sale will be held in trust, and a group of people are currently still working out the best way to use that money moving forward, headed up by Julia Farr Purple Orange.
The preliminary report into the fatal helicopter crash on the Gold Coast 2 months ago has been handed down. Abby Guerin has more.
It unfolded on January 2, with two choppers colliding mid-air over the Broadwater. One was taking off and the other landing. It's now been revealed Michael James, the pilot who was able to safely land the incoming helicopter, does not recall receiving a radio call from Ash Jenkinson, the pilot of the second helicopter, announcing his intention to depart. Mr Jenkinson was one of 4 people killed in the collision. The ATSB has today stressed that this does not necessarily mean a radio call was not made and that this investigation is very much ongoing. A final report will not be compiled for another 18 months to 2 years.
Ed Sheeran will perform at Adelaide Oval tonight for around 60,000 fans. Concert goers are being reminded the Oval is a cashless venue and bags will be checked on arrival. Gates open in just under half an hour. Public transport is free with a concert ticket. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the Redbacks are training in Perth ahead of tomorrow's Marsh Cup final against WA at the WACA, and the Aussies are having a light session today ahead of Thursday's 4th and final test against India. Adelaide Crow Billy Dowling will miss the start of the season after injuring his foot during a practice match on Friday night against West Coast. And Meg Lanning has re-signed with the Melbourne Stars for another 3 years. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Campbelltown, got an oil leak lower North East Road near Hambledon Road. Mawson Lake's got a crash, Mawson Lakes Boulevard near the Eddie campus. Road closures around the Adelaide Oval are already in place on Warm Royal Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert tonight. Take it easy if you're heading that way. Busy ride now, Main North Road at Curtis Road. Slow going for works at Hindmarsh, Manton Street near Milner Street. And got a camera at McGill Road at McGill. Our well-being, our communities, our wildlife, our planet. We all need trees. Head to wwf.org.au/we all need trees to learn more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. A shower or two tonight, showers tomorrow 20, partly cloudy on Thursday 22 and mostly sunny Friday 26. Right now it's 20 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Another interest rates hit, how much it'll cost you and when the hikes might end. Speaking out, the victim of a COVID vaccine switch tells her story only on 9. A free ride for footy fans, but is it at the taxpayer's expense? And we're live to Adelaide Oval, where one of the world's biggest stars will take the stage. I'm Brenton Braglis. The full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Tmmy G.
Welcome along, 6 minutes after 4 on a Tuesday afternoon. A little bit overcast outside, a little bit cool as well, so stay warm. Great to have your company for the sports show here till 7 o'clock. Stephen Rowe with Tim Geneva. Boys, good afternoon.
Thank you, Sammy. It's countdown to the bounce down. AFL Round 1, Richmond v Carlton's in 9 days, Port Ave Lions in 11, Crows GWS in 12, and I cannot wait. And like my co-pilot and captain, Tmmy G, welcome.
Hello, Stephen.
You can wait.
No.
You need another 4 weeks to get ready.
No, not true at all. Not true at all. Cannot wait.
You talk with forked tongue.
No.
You're worried. You are.
Nothing wrong with that.
Come on.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
You've got to have
there is.
anticipation either way, don't you?
Well done. Hey, Crows held their media all-in today. It's probably the first time you've been to one of them, Timmy, is it?
It is, indeed it was.
It was at Crows Land, so Coach Matty Nix, I guess he presented.
Yep.
Footy boss Adam Kelly, CEO Tim Silvers and John Olsen, the chair. I reckon my takeaway from that, they were all very buoyed about the season ahead, shared some growth numbers that would suggest a bit of luck with injury. They're looking forward to a solid year. Without being over the top, I thought they were very buoyed is the word. What's the word you'd put down to the forum?
Look, I was there early because I was sharp and alert because my wife, she set herself a 4 p.m. appointment that she had. She just set the alarm for 4 a.m, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, no.
off it went, and you reckon I could get back to sleep?
No.
I might as well come in and done David and Will's shit. So I was sharp and alert at that meeting. Started to go downhill afterwards, let me tell you. But a couple of coffees and I'm back up and about. I thought they were exactly that. Measured, but buoyed.
Yes.
Measured, but buoyed. And
Yes.
understanding that I think there was only 6 players played over 100 games on the whole list. And we picked that out on this show. And 4 of those, I think, are over 200. So you've got a very thin wedge of experience at the top end. And everywhere else, they're going, right, this is what we need. And we're pleased with what we're seeing. We think we've got maybe the right people on the right seats on the bus.
Yep.
And we'll see how we go from that's from a playing point of view.
Yeah. See, my takeouts by the high performance numbers, they sound like they're fitter, leaner and stronger. I mean, Nixie spent a lot of time on that high performance, did he, with Burjo? He is wrapped with having him in that chair.
Absolutely.
By experience and, I guess, talent, I think they feel they've got a far better list. Would you agree with that?
Well,
they got Rankin, they got now Dawson for another year.
Yeah, well, that was
one
of
the Saligos.
One of the strategies was to be involved in trade and also out of contract players.
That's right. And leadership's better on and off the field. Sung the praises of Riley O'Brien and Keys with their professionalism, and it's flowing through to the boys.
And that's why they're in the leadership group.
On field, they've got Dawson. And the coaches, I think what I took from that is they've been together now for 2 or 3 years, all of them, and they're singing from the same hymn book. Now, that doesn't mean they weren't before, but it does take time to use the same language, to be on the same page. And, you know, one will finish the other one's sentence now because they're all in unison without not challenging each other. And that to me really did ring true. So from the on-field side and back, I reckon they're buoyed.
Very.
And they're all in.
Which is good.
They know they're going to have a growth year. The only thing that kept on being mentioned was we're the second youngest list, the second youngest list, the second youngest list.
Yep.
Me as a fan, me as an ex-player, me that loves the club, I don't want to hear that. I really don't care about the age and games and all of that. And I think now that you're 4 years into this reboot, I want to see some action. I feel they're all in. And then when Tim Silver spoke, he did say that. He pretty much did say, fellas, we are all in for a growth year. And let's hope they do.
Which was their strategy that they released to the members last week. So there's no secret there.
So on field, off field, they're singing from the same book. And I really did like that. So thank you to the Crows for inviting us out there. I thought that was terrific. And it was just like a small, intimate group. Cornsey, Cage, you, me, a couple of the boys from other stations. And that was bloody ripper. Good to see the Kenyan. The wildebeest.
Yep, big Dave Wildy.
Hasn't he gone great?
Had a good chat. Well, he's a grandfather. He's
Well, so
allowed
am
to.
I.
We got
So
the
are
right
you.
to.
Okay.
I'm going grey. You're not.
So put it on the line, Crows fans. We're going to have a bit of fun today. We'll do Crows today and Port tomorrow. Make a prediction on the year. 822 300 The best one that we think is as accurate to ours, because we've done it. We'll give you a $50 voucher. So how many wins for the Crows? Now, this is what I'm going to do with my own money. I'm going to put $200 on the consensus of our listeners. So if they all say they'll make the 8, bang, we'll put it on the 8. If they reckon we won't make the 8,
So
bang.
majority rules?
Majority rules. I'm going to put $200 on it, and that money,
Gamble
if we
responsible.
win, I'm going to donate to my Make-A-Wish ride to Rusden. So here are the odds. Crows to make the 8, paying $4.50. Know when to stop.
Just to make it.
Don't go over the top and gamble responsibly. We know all of that. Crows to make the 8, paying $4.50. You want a piece of that? 822 300 Top 4, they're $13. And to miss the 8, $1.20. So if you want to be conservative and help make a wish, we put $200 on that. And if you want to have a big set of
Kahunas.
top four, $13. Port in the same. We'll do Ports tomorrow. $1.83 for top 8. $4 for top 4. $1.91 to miss the 8. Now remember this.
It's off the back of 11th.
I know.
And off the back of that trifle.
Okay. Well, they're good odds. We'll do yours tomorrow. This is the Crows.
I'd say they're a bit short.
Remember Collingwood last year?
Yes, what were they?
The year before they had 6 wins and finished 17th. Last year they finished 4th with 16 wins. Can the Crows be the new Collingwood?
Yeah.
8223 0000. Know when to stop. Don't go over the top and gamble responsibly. It's my 200 and the money will go to Make-A-Wish. We'll do yours tomorrow.
All right.
Hey, here's some audio. I want to play this. Here's some audio. It's the Fox call on, I'm going to call him Serial Pest, former captain, 3-time, 2-time, 1-time, it's a Brownlow medal. Trent Cotchin, he dropped his elbow, not once but twice, into James Harm's neck.
And it's on behind play. Cotchin and Harms.
He's just dropped a forearm. Let's have a look at that, Cotchin, right in the middle of your screen. A little bit of a scuffle.
So, quote from the AFL, that's live as it happens. We've watched it.
Yeah.
When you first watched it, did you think it was deliberate or misconduct?
Well, when I was watching it, I thought, oh, that's the forearm, which at first I thought, oh, well, that he didn't mean that. He followed it up.
Yeah.
It was the second
With
one.
a driving forearm.
A driving
that's right.
forearm, that was dangerous.
So this is the quote from the AFL at last week's AFL media session, which is similar to ours. All the media are invited. You go down there and they all speak. We're doing everything possible to protect players from concussion and head trauma, quote, unquote. So what did Cotchin not get a game for that? So it was rated misconduct, low impact, high, $1,500 fine. Now, I love players who play on the edge. No, you played on the edge.
Yeah.
Bone played on the
Absolutely.
edge. Macca played
You
on
had
the
to.
edge. I don't like cheap shot snipers. And I think Trent Cotchin falls into the latter. Here's the thing. He hasn't been suspended since 2010. And I can tell you 6 incidences that if it was you or me, they'd have got a game. And if it was Taylor Walker, he got 3. In actual fact, he would have been done for life.
So why?
He's a protected species, mate.
So why? Tell me why.
He's an untouchable.
Yep, tell me why, though.
Well, I don't know.
Is it because he plays for one of the big clubs in Melbourne?
100%. Here's old mate Robbo, and we love Robbo. We do, from Fox Footy, supporting Trent. Yet Robbo is the number 1 spruiker for protecting the scone. Have a listen.
I'm happy with that. My only concern with Cotchin with this is that the older you get, the angrier you get. It's gone. 1 practice game, and we're seeing Trent get angry. And I think he's going to be on watch all year because he's a bruiser. We might see more of that from Trent Cotchin this year.
He's laughing about it.
I'd like to see
He's
them...
laughing about
if it was an interstate club player, how they would treat it. Because... that, to me, was not a laughable incident. The first one I thought,
Hello,
well, that's fair enough.
Where are you, mate?
Yeah, it is disappointing at times when you just go, oh, the 2 sets of rule thing you think is happening, and it frustrates me. There's no doubt about that. Look, for mine, he should have got a game.
He should have got a game. Are some players untouchable? Is there a rule for some and a rule for others? Have you say 8223 0000. And Crow's making the 8. You want me to have a crack at that for $200 for Make-A-Wish? Here's a Foodland text can get us underway straight off the bat. We are 9 days away from round 1. Now I'm speaking about this. This is from John with a little bit of aggression because he's written it in capital letters.
Oh, hello. Is he angry too?
So who's our boss of football? Who's replaced Brad Scott?
Well.
And Gill is withering on the vine. What's happening there? John, good call. I think 0.0.
0.0.
I think 0.0.
Yeah. You tell me. I was talking about this off air.
You sure
We're
John's
about to
not
go into
Tim?
a season.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the same sentiments and the same line.
What are you trying to say?
Well,
2 good men think alike.
Brad Scott, 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Took up the Bombers job. Haven't been able to replace a head of football.
No.
We've got a CEO who is withering on the vine. It's just going to fade out after gather round. We don't have a CEO, don't have a head of football. Who are the clubs talking to?
Yeah.
I could hear that frustration today.
Yeah.
Was like, we're not really sure who to ring. Hello?
Let's knock on the door.
Hello, McFly.
Well, they won't speak to us. Who are they speaking to?
I don't know. This is frustrating.
Hello, AFL House.
And you know what? I reckon the internals at AFL House got guys and girls that would have been applying or thought they were maybe an opportunity.
Some even thought a shoe-in
to do these roles. They'd be thinking, what am I doing here? What's going on here? You can't continue like this as the biggest sporting body in Australia. Come on.
They can't promote within because they might think it's a bit of a job for the boys.
Well, promote from outside. Do something.
Do something.
Someone will do it.
You know what? I know this will be unpopular and we'll probably get a phone call tomorrow. Put a broom through them. I'd put a broom right through that executive.
Oh, righty-o.
Well,
start again, eh?
If I was the CEO, I'd want to start
it's the
again.
commission, isn't it, that would do that?
They share 13 million. I reckon I could do a lot with 13 mil.
I'd have a crack.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take a pay cut for anyone, but I'll have a crack.
I thought you took a pay cut to sit next to me.
Yeah, I just about did.
You've got double standards. 8223 0000, the sport line number. Where will the Crows finish? It's for $200. Gamble responsibly.
Alex Carey's going to join us shortly live from India ahead of the fourth test. Spencer Johnson, our fast quick from the Redbacks, will also join us. Dwayne Tye is into the SA Sport Hall of Fame. And we're also going to speak later on about the new volunteering levy that's come in at some local sporting clubs. Stewie Palmer from the Mitcham Hawks Footy Club to join us. And our brand new mystery moment, up to $250 today. Have your say about all of that and more. 8223 0000. It's 18 after 4.
Rowey and Tmmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
The Adelaide Fringe is in full swing and we've got your chance to check out some of Gluttony's hottest shows. Just watch 9 News Nightly at 6 and look out for the daily feature show. Then tune in to us from 6am all this week and you could win tickets for you and 3 friends. We'll even shout you some drinks for the show. It's all thanks to 5AA, 9 News and Gluttony in Rymel Park, home of the biggest shows this fringe. Tickets from gluttony.net.au.
5AA, proud partner of Gluttony, this Adelaide Fringe.
Hey, now make sure you join Rowey and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf Mile End tomorrow.
I can't wait. I mean, if we could do a show from anywhere, why wouldn't you choose the home of golf in Adelaide, Drummond Golf at Mile End? I'm looking forward to having another go at their Big Swing Golf indoor simulators.
I've had a crack too, and it's brilliant, I tell you. Great for a quick round with mates and to improve your game. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from, like cricket, basketball and soccer.
Make sure you come and see us broadcasting live from Drummond Golf tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and check out the awesome simulators at bigswingolf.com.au.
We love our vast, rugged country, but out here is no place to break down. For 50 years, the team at Terrain Tamer have been engineering, testing and manufacturing off-road four-wheel drive parts. Over this time, we've learnt what is reliable and how we can strengthen a vehicle to ensure a safe journey. With Australia's largest range of four-wheel drive parts, we're the four-wheel drive specialists. So you can be sure no matter where you are in Australia, the Terrain Tamer team will be there to help you get home. With Terrain Tamer, you're in safe hands.
At Specsavers, we understand how important it is to hear well. We also understand that right now, the last thing you need is to pay more than you should for hearing aids. That's why this Hearing Awareness Week, we're making some noise. Because you deserve to know what you'll pay straight away with upfront prices. And our everyday low prices on latest tech hearing aids doesn't mean you compromise on quality or expert care. So for hearing care for all, not the few, should have gone to Specsavers.
I like to call it a passion. I can be sitting relaxing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. Back then, wasn't worried about me though. In the gym, trying to work on my free throw. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in.
The new Kia Seltos. That's what's poppin'. And yeah, it's got options. The new Kia Seltos. The word is out.
Brand new whip, just hopped in.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
With power prices continuing to soar, Solar Heart is helping smart Australians soak up more sunshine, store more energy and save more money on every bill. And right now, you can save up to $1,000 on Solar Heart solar power systems, including our new high-performance 415-watt silhouette panels. The bigger the system, the bigger the saving. So don't settle for soaring power prices. Get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Need it fixed? Fitted? Need it flushed? Replaced? Built? Tiled? Cleaned? Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Plumbers, your local plumbers since 1983. For plumbing, gas fitting, roofing and hot water, give Ken a call, 8364 5855.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Tmmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
22 minutes after 4, get to your calls in just 1 second, and you can watch on all the way through the show on the Foodland live stream. Go to 5AA on our socials, head to our Facebook and YouTube, and with more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies. Let's check your traffic out there. Get up to $250 cash bonus when you buy Mitsubishi Heavy Industries wall split at Mannix.
At Campbelltown, got an oil leak lower North East Road near Hambleton Road. Mawson Lakes got a crash there to look out for. Mawson Lakes Boulevard near the Uni campus. Road closures around Adelaide Oval are in place already on War Memorial Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert. There'll be people everywhere tonight, so take it easy as you head home. Busy right now, Karalta Park, Anzac Highway near Selby Streets, and we've got cameras McGill Road, McGill, and Main North Road at Chips Cross. OTRs, eat wraps, sandwiches and salads made with fresh quality ingredients, only $5 Monday to Wednesday for a limited time. OTR, making life easy. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Here's a Foodland text. Rowey, did you receive an update on when the AFC recruiting department will be held to account? McHenry, Jones, Gallucci, Mackesy, there's others on that. I did put that to them in the Q&A. Did I
You
not?
did.
And from what I gathered with the responses, they're extremely happy that they got the right people in the right chairs. There
Correct.
ain't nothing to look at here.
Correct.
They're steering the course and they're happy with where it's heading. Did you get that inference?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
did I not ask?
You did.
Yeah, okay. Hello, Ben at Christie's Beach.
Hello, my two Berry holiday pals. How you going?
Hey, Ben, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Hey, Rowey, I reckon $4.50 for Crows to make the 8. That's a absolutely go for that one.
It's juicy, isn't it?
It is. I think that the last few years, haven't been as great as they could have been, but this year, I know they're trial games, the 2 trial games. First one went all right. Second one, they, as Timmy would say, up and about. Loved it.
Yeah. Ben, we were down with the Crows today, and it's great to hear the inner sanctum speaking. Now a lot of it's not for public consumption, no, is it? But we're allowed to share the mood or the feel and the tone. Yeah. And I'm as buoyed as I've ever been under Matty Nix for the last 4 years, Ben. And that's me, who can be a little bit negative.
It sort of felt like there was a lot of hard work that they feel like
and they're starting to bear the fruit.
Yeah, just
they're
about
not playing
in place.
it up. They're not
No,
playing
they're
it
not,
up.
Ben.
No, it was very measured, Ben.
Mate, well said, Timmy. It was very measured. Thanks, Benny. Fantastic. Hey, this just landed on our desk. Memo to clubs from AFL reveals league is zeroing in on salary cap sanctions leading into 2023. So the things that you can do outside of the salary cap, there's employment agreements. There's also ASAs. Now, ASAs are additional service agreements. And then there's also things called independent agreements. Now, they're things like...
appearances, going to the sponsors' annual awards.
And you've got to do a certain amount of them, and
Correct.
they allow a certain amount of dollars to be divvied up amongst the guys. Now, some of the top players get a vast majority of the ASAs,
Yes.
and the little league...
Because that's who's in demand.
That's exactly right. And look, it's audited and forensically looked at.
It is, absolutely.
But this is a warning or a whistleblowing portal that they've got now that they're going to do forensic auditing. I think that looks like through the COVID period they might have let it slip, but now they're going to have another crack at it. I clearly think this is saying to the clubs...
We know who's cheating?
We've written a letter. We're giving you a warning. This better not happen. And if it does or continues to, we're going to come down. Now, it's like a moratorium. A whistleblowing portal means we see you, come clean,
Or
and we'll
else.
just... We'll bury this.
Well, don't do it again this year.
Don't do it again this year. Well said. I bet $1 million.
Oh, $1 million now.
Wow.
You've gone pretty hard.
Well, I don't have $1 million. So,
All right, wind it
I
back.
bet couple of hunch.
Okay.
The hunch I'm going to put on the Crows,
Yep.
make the 8 at $2 so that we can win it for Make-A-Wish. There are clubs today that's breaches of ASAs, which are additional service agreements, worse than Kurt Tippett's.
Wow.
Well, that's not a big statement.
Well, that caused 4 years of talk back.
But that's no, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
That was massive.
That was a fax that ended up somewhere that shouldn't have, in someone's hands. People lost their jobs. The Crows lost draft picks. Kurt Tippett got shipped out.
I mean, you've been known for big statements.
Well, I don't reckon that's that big a statement.
Well, obviously they know that some clubs perhaps are maybe bending the rules a little bit. Maybe some of them have overstepped, and they're going, right, just giving you a warning, we're on you.
But there's creative manoeuvring
that one you're
you can
talking
do.
about is a big one.
No. There's creative stuff that they can do. Here's one thing that I'd do. I'm just spitballing here.
Okay.
I'd get player A to date player B in the AFLW. Player A gets 600,000, and the AFLW girl, who's a girlfriend of player A, gets 400,000. No salary cap there.
Yeah, that's going to get sprung.
Well, do you reckon that's happening in the amateur league?
Nah.
So a bloke's dating a girl, she's playing in the amateur club. There's no salary cap for them.
You'd still have to. Probably do the brown paper bag in that situation. I think. Yeah, you couldn't be declaring that because that'd be. So
I
sad.
tell you this for a fact. You give a club $1, they'll spend $1. You give a club a loophole, they'll walk through it. And I'm telling you,
not always.
Every club.
I've got to say, when I was at Port Adelaide commercially, we were really hot on the ISAs just to make sure that we got the players to actually do the work to warrant, say they get $10,000, right? We made sure that, okay, they're X amount per appearance, say it's $2,000. Yeah. We made sure that we got that 5 appearances out of you. Yeah. We had to keep a spreadsheet and everything so tight. Yeah. No, and because you wanted you had to get your money's worth. You had to get the value out of that player for your sponsors. And that's why we were really hot on it. There was a spreadsheet everywhere. And they would come to us and say, listen, you can't use Rowey anymore because he's topped out. He's done.
Because in their contracts, they only they're asked to do a certain amount of ASAs for the club, which could be charity ones, going to a hospital, going to do Make-A-Wish and all that. So you, having worked in clubland, do you reckon that statement I've just made is outlandish?
Well, it was large.
There would be clubs today whose ASA breaches would be worse than Kurt Tippett's.
That one, I think, is a big statement. Now, look, if I'm proven
Serious?
wrong, I think that's big. That's big.
Well, here's the thing: there's no such thing as fax machines now.
Well, we're safe.
Look, this has been Big Call half hour since 4 to 4:30. If you're Stephen Rowe, 29 minutes after 4, you can have your say on anything that we've been talking about. Spencer Johnson from the Redbacks to join us after the headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Tmmy G.
5AA Breakfast.
Some really good news for those kids who'd made their own bike jumps and ramps and all sorts of
good on them.
They got dismantled.
It's exactly what kids should be doing. Physical activity, creativity.
Informing Adelaide.
Jane Stinson is the state member for Badco.
You know, the Edwardstown bike jumps are a bit of an institution in my area, and thanks to you guys raising this with the Minister, Tom Cootes and Toners, he put the brakes on the demolition.
It's a great result, Jane.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Mel Usher with news headlines. The Reserve Bank has increased interest rates for the 10th time since May last year. They now sit at 3.6%. Security experts warn a potential war could break out with China in 3 years. Ed Sheeran has jetted into Adelaide just hours before tonight's concert at Adelaide Oval, and gates have just opened at the venue. And in sport, a massive 100,000 fans are expected at the ground when the final test between Australia and India begins on Thursday. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Campbelltown, look out for an oil leak lower North East Road near Hambledon Road. Mawson Lake's got a crash there, Mawson Lakes Boulevard near the Uni campus. Road closures around the Adelaide Oval are in place already on Walmer Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert tonight. So if you're heading along, the perfect way to get there would be on the free bus, train or tram. Busy right now, Anzac Highway at Morphet Road intersection with a camera at Briar Road at Felixstowe. Calling all Camilla lovers, the Camilla online warehouse sale is back with more styles and more sizes. Explore all the Camilla treasures from 11:30am tomorrow at camilla.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
5AA weather, a possible shower tonight, a morning shower or two tomorrow and 20. Right now it's 19 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
Hey, now make sure you join Rowey and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf, Mile End, tomorrow.
I can't wait. I mean, if we could do a show from anywhere, why wouldn't you choose the home of golf in Adelaide, Drummond Golf at Mile End? I'm looking forward to having another go at their Big Swing Golf indoor simulators.
I've had a crack too, and it's brilliant, I tell you. Great for a quick round with mates and to improve your game. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from, like cricket, basketball and soccer.
Make sure you come and see us broadcasting live from Drummond Golf tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and check out the awesome simulators at bigswinggolf.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Velvet Rewired, the dazzling discotheque is back at Gluttony with Marsha Hines. Book now via Adelaide Fringe.
With summer over, it is the perfect time to update your window furnishings for a naturally warm home over winter. Rundle Blinds and Curtains is Adelaide's premier window furnishings company. Our expert team offers stunning solutions to insulate your home and save on energy bills. Plus, our state-of-the-art showroom offers an immersive retail experience where you can truly appreciate the quality of our products. Experience the Rundle Blinds and Curtains difference. Visit the Kings Park showroom or call 8274 1210.
You possibly won't find Australia's largest range of rollers, spare parts and accessories for sliding doors and windows at your local hardware store. I mean, I guess you could try, but nah. Instead of wasting time, how about you save time? Visit rollerco.com.au because spare parts for sliding doors and windows is what we do. Our warehouse is full of them. rollerco.com.au. We'll get you rolling.
Here's what you missed on Dreamscapes. Deep in the jungle, you discover a tower built entirely of toffee, surrounded by a cappuccino moat. The Queen of Ants arrives on a marshmallow boat, ready to negotiate trade sanctions on your mine of sugarific gold. And is that chocolate yacht for you? What dreamscapes are you missing? If you're not sleeping, talk to Respirico Scooter World about an in-home sleep apnea assessment. Visit Respirico Scooter World for all your sleep, respiratory and mobility needs.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Tmmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes to 5. Alex Carey live from India very, very shortly. The fourth test starts on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to speaking to Alex as well. Big show, 8223 0000 25 to 5. I like this one. Oh, I like this one a lot on the Foodland text, Timmy. I hear Port Power. See, they didn't say Port. You don't like that, do you?
No, I don't.
I hear Port Power bought the whole front row at the Ed Sheeran's concert tonight because it's the closest they'll get to a Red Sheeran on Adelaide Oval for a while. Oh, did I laugh, Timmy?
Did I laugh?
That's Gav at St. Peter's.
Nearly fell off me dinosaur.
Did I laugh? I'm with you, Johnny Juniper. Now that is
That's
stinking.
funny. I do like that.
Who's driving this thing? Maybe they could find us a CEO. Do you know what? There's another good text here.
Find us a CEO round. I like that one.
Yeah. There's a good text here. This is from Neil at Counterbait. Neil, you're a businessman. I know that. If the AFL can't find a boss of football after 6 months, we'll make the position redundant. That's what would happen in the real world.
That's a great call.
They
6
clearly
months
don't
without
need one.
anybody in the seat.
They clearly don't need one.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Timmy, let's head over to Perth.
Well, massive day tomorrow for our Redbacks, Rowey. They take on Western Australia in the Marsh One Day Cup. We're going to get some silverware. That's what we're after, my friend.
We're due.
We've got Spencer Johnson on the line. G'day, Spencer.
G'day, boys. How are we?
Excellent, mate. You're feeling confident. You took a 6-for against Victoria, a 7-for against Queensland. Mate, it's all happening for you.
Yep, it's definitely all happening. Now ready to go. We're just here at the WACA now, getting a bit of top-up prep in before the big game tomorrow.
And, mate, your form, personally, I mean, I mentioned those wickets, but you must be feeling really confident in your body. And how did you get your body fit and confident?
Yeah, I guess it's nice to, firstly, it's just nice to be out there, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, but it's also nice to put a few performances together, and hopefully we can get the win tomorrow. But, yeah, I guess it's been a 6 or 7 year process to get me where I am now. I've obviously been on contract for a while, and
all the work that the Sacra have put into me is starting to pay off, which is nice.
Well done, Spencer. Watched from afar with a lot of interest, mate. You're steaming in, you're getting reward for effort. How in God's name has it taken this long for the coaches and selectors to back you in, Spencer?
Yeah, thanks, Rowey. I guess there's been a few tough years there where the trust in the body probably wasn't quite there, and they've always have always backed me in, and I've always been contracting. I've been training and trying to do all the little things right, and it's just my body's let me down really. But now, sort of coming out the back end of that at 27, we can hopefully keep moving forward, and hopefully a few more performances as well.
Well done. Did something click? Was it a turning point? Did you become elite? Did you do the little bit extras? What was it? Was there anything in particular, Spencer, or it's just you were one of those lads that just needed to be patient?
Yeah, I think it was a bit of patience there, but the last couple of years I've had a few honest conversations, I guess, with Dizzy and the high performance managers here, and I guess they sort of thought I was floating through a little bit, and they challenged me to sort of go outside my comfort zone and I guess go a little bit harder, and I think that's where it's started to pay off now. I've challenged myself, and
well done.
Yeah,
well done.
Hey mate, on the game tomorrow, where's Agar? He was rested. Is he okay? He's going to be fit for the game?
Yep, Wesley's ready to go. He's raring to go. Rested, spent the week in Adelaide just to refresh, and hopefully he should be a handful here tomorrow with the new ball.
Yeah, steaming in with those little steps. I love it. Hey mate, they haven't got many good players, have they? Agar, Bancroft, Barron, Inglis, Mitch Marsh, Darcy Short, Stoinis. Gee whiz, it just goes on. They got a fair lineup.
Yeah, it's pretty much an Aussie 11, but as we learned in that Big Bash final, the Brisbane Heat we put ourselves in a winning position there, so they're definitely gettable, and we believe that. So we can put an all-round performance in with bat and ball. I reckon we're definitely a massive chance.
And the M&Ms all playing well. Manenti, McAndrew, McSweeney.
Yep, yeah, Benny's gone well. He's been massive for us this year with the bat and ball. So if we get him firing it wherever he comes in at 7 and 8, he's definitely in some form.
There are only names on a sheet, Spencer. They haven't faced you kicking off the sight screen with that left arm, whizzing it around their lamb chops. The last time we actually played them over there, it was a bloody nail-biter, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the last game before Big Bash, I reckon, and we put ourselves in a winning position there as well. I think, unfortunately, Nathan McSweeney put a catch down in the second to last over, and that could have put us in a real winning position. But we know that, and we've come here and we've almost knocked them off. So there's definitely that belief.
The last time we won the cup, the One Day Cup, was 11 years ago. We haven't beaten WA in a one day since October 2017. I'm not going to say we're overdue, but you're one game closer to that win, Spencer Johnson.
Exactly. Well, we're here, so the boys are feeling confident.
Well done. Hey, just before we let you go, and I know you're just sitting under the radar, being nice and modest and going about your business. There's an Ashes test around the corner. I reckon you'd go okay in English conditions. So have any Aussie selectors or coaches rung you or reached out and said, keep it up, young fella?
Not yet. I've had a few text messages from a couple of sort of around the setup there saying well done and keep going. So
okay.
We're just one game at a time there, Rowey. We'll knock the Whackers off tomorrow, and then we've got new stuff at Cam Rolton to finish the year, and who knows what can happen.
When I see something great, I jump on their back, Spencer Johnson. I'm jumping right on yours.
Yeah, one cup at a time, mate.
Come for a ride, Rowey.
Well done, mate.
Well done. Congratulations. Get that cup tomorrow, mate. All the best to you and all the Redbacks.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me
Fantastic.
Well done. Great lead, Spencer Johnson.
Speed kills. Spencer Johnson, our guest.
Yeah, let's hope they can bring home the silverware. It is at the Wacker tomorrow, 2:30 start time. That will be live on KO and Fox Cricket if you want to watch on, or you can stream it on the internet as well. cricket.com.au website. So go our mighty Redbacks. Let's check your traffic. Get up to $250 cash bonus when you buy a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries wall split at Mannix.
At Campbelltown, got an oil leak low on North East Road near Hamilton Road. Mawson Lake's got a crash there. Mawson Lakes Boulevard near the Indy campus. Road closes around the Adelaide Oval and in place already on Warman Royal Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert tonight. People everywhere there at the moment, so take it nice and easy. Busy at the moment, Main North Road at Curtis Road. And we've got cameras Bevington Road, Glenunga and Bryan Road at Felixstowe. OTRs, eat wraps, sandwiches and salads made with fresh quality ingredients. Only $5 Monday to Wednesday for a limited time. OTR. Making life easy. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
An amazing finish! Oh, okay, Timmy, we're going to do it now.
I'll tell you what, an amazing finish. Could be anything.
Could be.
And I know you're a teaser. You don't give me any clues whatsoever. But look, if you're hungry for a little getaway, head to a Barreau Hotel, order a schnitty and go into the draw to win a $5,000 travel voucher. Of course, T's and C's applies, but that's your mystery moment.
Let's have another listen. An amazing finish! If you know what it is or you want to have a crack at knowing what it is, 8223 0055. We'll play that after the break.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
As demand for renewable energy grows, it's South Australian resources like the copper produced by BHP that help make it possible. The future is clear. It's happening now at BHP. Discover how at bhp.com/betterworld.
Hello, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the team at Lynn Andrews Real Estate have made it easy to manage residential and commercial property. Whether you own a single residential home or multiple commercial properties, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge to share. How to invest safely and properly. Matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
You can always expect the very best from Adelaide Appliance Gallery, home of designer appliances. Right now, save up to $1,000 on Asco cooking. Save up to $300 on all Asco laundry and up to $1,000 off Asco dishwashers. We can also arrange delivery, installation and removal of your old appliance and supply 6 months of our Power of 4 cleaning detergent. Adelaide Appliance Gallery, home of designer appliances. Paynham Road, St Peters. T's and C's apply.
Hey, now make sure you join Rowey and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf Mile End tomorrow.
I can't wait. I mean, if we could do a show from anywhere, why wouldn't you choose the home of golf in Adelaide, Drummond Golf at Mile End? I'm looking forward to having another go at their Big Swing Golf indoor simulators.
I've had a crack too, and it's brilliant, I tell you. Great for a quick round with mates and to improve your game. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from, like cricket, basketball and soccer.
Make sure you come and see us broadcasting live from Drummond Golf tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and check out the awesome simulators at bigswinggolf.com.au.
We love our vast, rugged country, but out here is no place to break down. For 50 years, the team at Tmmy have been engineering, testing and manufacturing off-road four-wheel drive parts. Over this time, we've learnt what is reliable and how we can strengthen a vehicle to ensure a safe journey. With Australia's largest range of four-wheel drive parts, we're the four-wheel drive specialists. So you can be sure no matter where you are in Australia, the Tmmy team will be there to help you get home. With Tmmy, you're in safe hands.
It's BMW bonus time. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is giving 6 lucky ticket holders the chance to win a brand new BMW X1 just for getting in early. You'll be the envy of all your friends. So, what are you waiting for? Join the fight and get your home lottery tickets by midnight Friday. To see full lottery details and get your tickets, visit homelottery.com.au today. Licence M14311.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
An amazing finish! For $250, all thanks to the Barreau Hotels, our mystery moment. An amazing finish! Do you have any idea? Larry at Parafield Gardens.
Well, have you got an idea, Larry?
Well, I'm thinking the football's just about to start this year, and I think it's the end of the year last year. I thought Melbourne winning the grand final, which was sensational.
Right, so that's the year before, actually,
Yes,
21,
wasn't
isn't it?
Yes. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
2021, an amazing finish, and it was an amazing finish. Sam?
Damn it.
You're no good, Sam.
Sorry,
Larry.
Larry.
Sorry, mate, but you get a $50 voucher for that
Thanks,
to the
guys.
Barrow Hotels. Spend it wisely. Was that the Lighthouse on Saturday? Can't believe what they've done upstairs. It's
It's a
brilliant.
balcony. It
You've
is.
got to get there. There's a balcony. There's a dining
great
room.
pub.
It is amazing.
It's a Barrow.
Get there and have a look.
How many Larrys do you know?
Well, a lot of them are happy.
Oh, my God. Well, that's a dad joke.
That's-
there.
well,
I wonder if Larry's nickname was Larry Bird.
Yeah,
The only Larry I knew was Larry Bird. What a basketballer he was.
I went to school with a Larry.
Did you?
Yeah.
Larry. Lazar. Laz.
Larry. Yeah. Had a,
Big Larry.
And a mate of mine's brother was Larry.
Larry
Yeah.
Lariat. Hey, how's this one? See how bad the MCG is after Ed? They have 2 weeks to fix the ground. Well, in actual fact, they've got 9 days. Adelaide Oval only has 11 days after tonight. Could be a bad way for round 1. Port play Brisbane on the Saturday.
On the 18th.
So we'll put that photo. Actually, we'll put it up on the. We'll put it up on our Rowey's and Timmy's Twitter
Looked
account.
like a lot of work was going into it.
That's awful. What I do know is, with the UV lamps now, and the MCG have hundreds of them.
Yeah.
3 times, I'll guess, maybe 5 times more than what we do at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
They'll get that going. I am concerned here, because this whole week's going to be mild and wet.
Yeah.
Next week would want to be 30 degrees.
The only thing I'd say, though, I don't think the SMA would schedule it unless they thought that Damien Hoff could
Oh,
get
there's
it
no
up
question
and
about
running.
that.
So
Hoffy will get
you'd
it up,
have
but-
to consult with them and say, can you do it? I do remember the beginning of Adelaide Oval, 2014, when the first game was going to be the showdown, and the Rolling Stones were going to play there, I think like 10 days or 11 days before, and they had to cancel the concert because Mick Jagger's girlfriend passed away, and they dismantled the stage that was being put together, and there was a really big dry patch there. Now, they worked tirelessly and they got that up and running, but I thought if the whole concert was there, wow.
Well, the
that was a
MCG,
really big job.
Just to paint the picture for those who haven't seen the photos, the MCG, it is literally goal square to goal square, and probably halfway across each wing, dirt right now. It looks like the Ahmedabad pitch,
oh, hello,
or the indoor pitch in India. So,
well, hang on, there's 2 of them. So which one?
Well, we've heard that today. They're preparing 2 pitches in this next test.
No, I'm sorry, Tim, but what in God's name is the BCCI doing? What have you ever heard of an Australian Oval, whether it be the Gabba, the WACA, us, the MCG or the SCG, prepare 2 pitches, cover 2 pitches, and then on the day they pick which one we're going to use?
Well, I heard today it might be 3. Well, they've been criticised for their pitches, so now that what they're doing is it's going to be multiple choice. Would you like pitch A? Would you like pitch B?
Yeah, but
would you like
this
pitch C?
This is Test cricket. That's taken the mickey.
It is a little bit for mine.
And I know
Yeah.
you think I make big calls, but that is borderline cheating.
So who's choosing? Is it the Indian captain?
Yeah, the Indian captain.
It should be the curator that just makes a pitch.
Well, yes, you should make the pitch, but that hasn't been happening, has it? So
Well,
Alex Carey will be he'll be
that's
right
what
on
you-
it, hopefully, at the ground and having a look.
Pitch A has no grass and pitch B has less grass. What's the point? Hey, I like this one. Row. Oh, we've done that one. Row, as a West Aussie, surely you're backing in the Warriors, question mark. That's Tim from Prospect. Tim from
Divided
Prospect.
loyalties.
I'm not a West Aussie. Born and bred South Australian. Just because my family are there doesn't mean I'm a West Aussie. I don't like this one either. Grey hair is a sign of wisdom. That's why you aren't going grey, Row. It's from Shazza. Shazza, who wants to be wise? I think wise is boring.
Depends on
you
how you use
you
it.
name a wise man that's, I don't know, effervescent and up and about, and you'd like to go and fish with him or go to the
Dr.
pub with-
Carl.
Who?
Dr. Carl.
Oh, he's colourful.
He's colourful,
Yeah.
legend,
Who?
very intelligent man.
What's he do?
He's a doctor. A doctor and a professor of lots of things. He's incredible. He's an amazing man.
Smart man.
Look him
Is
up,
he?
Dr. Carl, Aussie.
All right.
He's
a wise man.
Parents were, what would you say, escaped
know
from the
Dr.
Holocaust.
Carl.
Escaped
Okay.
from the Holocaust, yeah. And he always wears a colourful shirt. He's a real character.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend.
He's not coming out of
Yeah,
my boat.
very wise
Hello,
man.
Terry.
Terry,
How you doing?
Good buddy.
G'day, Tez. You at Port Lincoln?
Yeah, look, we're not taking Dr. Cole on our boat, mate. That would be freaking boring.
Boring. See, Tez is with me.
That's a drop.
He's a good bloke.
No, we don't want to know about all the complicated things. We just want to know how to catch bluefin and a bit of fish, and that's it.
See,
but
Tez, good man.
hey, Rowey, you know what? I'm in your box. All of my mates have been telling me, I put 200 for the Crows to make the 8. And they went, why don't you just give the money to me and stop wasting your money? And I said to them, listen, you've got to understand that the Crows are going to have a very lethal forward line this year.
Mm.
And, you might not get many entries, but if every second entry you score, there's only one thing that matters is the scoreboard.
Yep. No, I'm with you, Tess. $4.50, gamble responsibly. The Crows to make the 8. How could they not be the Collingwood?
The one
17th to top 4. I'm not saying they're going to be that. I have 2 concerns.
Okay, I got one.
Ruck. I mean, how are we going to go against a Gawn and a Grundy? How are we going to go against double prongs like that? That's number one. And connect for 23 games, because it is 23 now, from your ruckman, a one ruckman model, which the Crows have, to that midfield, which needs a good lick at the ice cream. And the other one is depth with injuries. And the key players.
Yeah.
And Nixie actually did say that. I hope we're not talking out of school, but he did say his biggest fear is, and every coach would be, if you lose your 5 best players.
Of course, absolutely.
Well, you go from here to here.
But the other thing with young players is just consistency. So, say you get off to a flyer, and
Can they sustain it?
Can you sustain it? And can young minds sustain the season? That's always the challenge with younger players, and they do have, as you were told, the second youngest list in the AFL.
Nixie inspired me today.
Yeah, I thought he spoke really well.
Inspired me. Hello, Dirk.
How are you, Rowey, your South Fremantle champion?
Well, come on.
Bulldog.
Bulldoggies. Hey, just a couple of things, Rowey. I was just going to make the point. You said guys that get protected by the umpires. Well, I know 3 of them already, mate. All 3 at Hawthorn. They've now retired. Hodge, Mitchell and Lewis.
Yeah, they were famous for it.
Protected.
Yeah.
And there are 3 boys at Richmond, one of whom you said already is Cotchin. He shouldn't have won the Brownlow, by the way. Jakey King is the other, and so is Dustin Martin. Dustin Martin is overrated. I'll have Simon Black way before I have Dustin Martin. And the other question is, mate, probably for you, Timbo, why didn't Port Adelaide, Alberton, get in as a playing reserve for the Magic Round?
Yeah, Dirk, I think only because of I think they would have pitched. I think it was the redevelopment that put them out of the picture, because the redevelopment, they're not allowed to have anybody over on the west side. So I think that reduced the capacity, and I think that's why they weren't considered. So,
Dirk, good call. Simon Black or Dustin
player.
Martin?
Totally different players.
Well, they are a bit.
Simon Black is an all day, every day, gets a million
Hall of
touches,
Fame.
you name it. Where Dusty kills you with 22 touches.
Yes.
This bloke used to get 40.
So I think if Martin wasn't in Richmond's team, they might have only won one of those 3 flags. He definitely won 2 off his own back.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
I think Richmond would have smoked the Crows.
You know
with
the one
Dusty,
against
without
Geelong
Dusty?
in Brisbane in
Won it
2020?
off his own back.
He turned it. And because Geelong sort of had that almost before half-time, and he turned the game. So, yeah, I know where Dirk's coming from. Simon Black, a very consistent player.
Pick one right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Dusty. Because of the X Factor magic that he can produce.
Yeah, I think
and if I've got
I'm
enough
with
good
you.
players around him, I think I'll be happy with him.
I think I'm with you but Simon Black,
Just.
what a start.
Good call.
Here's another Foodland text. Ted Lasso is wise. at
Yes, he
effervescent.
is.
Who the hell's Ted Lasso?
But he doesn't have grey hair.
It's an Apple show about a guy that sort of gets thrust into a
the coaching gig.
soccer
yeah,
club.
good
Yeah,
show.
English soccer.
He's not great.
He's not great at all.
No, I wouldn't say grey.
Name
but
a
he is wise and
grey-headed
effervescent.
dude that is effervescent, fun.
All
You'd
right.
invite on your boat.
So you're not,
and don't pick that doctor dude.
You're not accepting. Yeah,
Boring
okay,
as
all
bat
right, no
droppings.
worries. All right, Julius Sumner Miller. Why isn't it so?
Yeah. So you're stretching.
I am stretching.
You are really
I'm
stretching.
looking for somebody.
So none really come to mind, do they? Keep the calls coming in. Who's with me? We'll do Port tomorrow. The Crows, $200 of my money. Gamble responsibly. If the Crows can make the 8, who wants me to do it at $4.50? 822-300-00. We'll take your calls.
Pete's not so sure. He said, hi, boys, it's so funny listening to you blokes, especially one of you, about the build-up to the season and expectations. $4.50 for the Crows to make the 8? No way. You would take $15 for that. I'm not a Port supporter, but I reckon they will do heaps better once they get through the first 2 to 3 rounds. Will be an interesting season. All the best for both teams, says Pete. Wow, that's big odds. I don't think you're going to get 15.
Pete's sitting on the fence. So Port's first 3 games are this. Brisbane at home.
Yep.
Collingwood at the G.
Crows.
Crows at home.
Yep.
Sydney at the SCG is round 4.
That's correct.
Bulldogs
at home.
Well, I reckon you get through the first 5, dude.
Bulldogs are finishing bottom anyway, so don't worry about that. Anyway.
What makes you say that? They kicked 145 points on the weekend.
No, they're a good team.
She's gone from wooden spoon to good team.
I love it when you get a little bit, because you are so positive, Captain Positive.
Absolutely.
The glass is always half full. Well, look at my glass on the Foodland.
Yeah, it's 3/4 full.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
very good.
normally you.
Yeah,
Once I take a big gulp, that's you now. You're half empty.
Oh, come on. No.
5 o'clock news time. We're going to join you on the other side with Alex Carey live in India, and we're going to speak about volunteering levies in local sport. 822-300-00.
Rowey and Tmmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
As the K's tick over in your car, it's good to know Toyota will help make sure it never misses a beat. Year after year, K after K after K. With Toyota Genuine Service, the feeling never fades. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
If you have an electrical or plumbing emergency, don't worry. REA Trade Assist can now help 24/7. REA Trade Assist will book you a trusted tradie to sort out your emergency so you can keep on moving on. T's and C's apply. Available from REA.
Need an electrician and need one today? Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Electricians. Ken is your local electrician, and with his trusted team, Ken promises qualified, licensed, safe, efficient work. Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Electricians, 8364 5855.
Hey, now make sure you join Rowey and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf Mile End tomorrow.
I can't wait. I mean, if we could do a show from anywhere, why wouldn't you choose the home of golf in Adelaide, Drummond Golf at Mile End? I'm looking forward to having another go at their Big Swing Golf indoor simulators.
I've had a crack too, and it's brilliant, I tell you. Great for a quick round with mates and to improve your game. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from, like cricket, basketball and soccer.
Make sure you come and see us broadcasting live from Drummond Golf tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and check out the awesome simulators at bigswinggolf.com.au.
The track saw you've been looking for is here. Introducing the new Milwaukee M18 Fuel 165mm track saw for clean cuts and a clean job site. The new track saw delivers the power to cut solid hardwoods, portable precision and effective dust management. Make every cut count, even in the most challenging finish, fit out and cabinet making applications. Buy your M18 Fuel 165mm track saw from your nearest Milwaukee authorised retailer. Milwaukee, nothing but heavy duty.
A lot of shopping centres are the same. Same predictable shops, same people. But if you want something new, check out Newton Central with Drake's, Barossa Fine Foods, Seafood Works, Target and many more specialty shops. It's the kind of centre where you can get some retail therapy, do the weekly shop, or gather all the fine ingredients you need for an impressive family feast. Want something new in your life? Choose a new local. Choose Newton Central, Gorge Road, Newton.
It's value the Australian way at Coles with half-price specials. Like half-price John West Tuna Tempters 95 gram, now $1.35. And half-price Morning Fresh dishwashing liquid 400ml, now $2.75. That's value the Australian way at Coles. Offers end Tuesday.
online, on DAB digital radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
A possible shower tonight, showers tomorrow and 20. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Get 10-year warranty and 10 years capped price servicing on the new Mitsubishi Outlander at Agostino Mitsubishi.
Homeowners are again feeling the pinch as the Reserve Bank lifts the cash interest rate to its highest level since 2012. Michael Packey reports.
The Reserve Bank has lifted the official interest rate by 25 basis points to 3.6%. It's the 10th interest rate rise since May last year in a bid to tame inflation. The combined increases will add well over $1,000 to the monthly repayment on the average home loan. Independent economist Stephen Koukoulas says the RBA may have gone too far.
Now the risk is a bit of overkill, that we have a harder landing for the economy than is necessary.
But other analysts like Peter Tulip say the Reserve needs to do more.
We still have a very hot labour market. The rental market is also incredibly tight.
The RBA has hinted rates may stay on hold next month.
SA has recorded its third road fatality in 2 days. A 74-year-old man from Kadina has died in a two-car crash at Alford. The crash near Butte and Kadina happened around 8 this morning. 32 lives have now been lost on SA roads so far this year. Yesterday, 2 men aged 53 and 94 were killed near Renbark. Grant Stevens has been reappointed a police commissioner until July 2028. He initially moved into the position in 2015 for 5 years. In 2020, he was reappointed for a further 3 years. The Premier says we owe a debt of gratitude to Grant Stevens, as he always puts the safety of South Australians first. The Greens say they're prepared to compromise with the federal government on plans to reduce Australia's emissions. Labor wants to reform the safeguard mechanism to force around 200 big businesses to cut their carbon pollution more quickly. The Greens insist they won't support the change without a ban on new coal and gas projects. But leader Adam Bant says he's still in talks with the government.
So far, the government hasn't come up with a convincing explanation as to why they need to keep opening coal and gas mines. We've put an offer, not an ultimatum. We'll continue with the discussions and the negotiations. We're prepared to give a bit, and the government's got to be prepared to give a bit as well.
Canberra says it's doing all it can to maintain our national security amid claims the country could face the threat of war with China in 3 years. A panel of 5 national security experts claim Australia's Defence Force is unprepared. Senior security analyst Malcolm Davis says the conflict would be triggered by an invasion of Taiwan.
The question would be then, how would the US respond, assuming that the US does intervene to support Taiwan? The US would then call on us to support it, and I think it would be unimaginable for any Australian government of the day to turn its back on the US in that scenario.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the new 2023 Select AFL Footy Star Cards, now at Sports Card World Regent Arcade.
To cricket, and the Marsh Cup is on the line tomorrow. SA played WA at the WACA in the final. Redback Spencer Johnson has told Rowey and Tmmy G Wes Agar will be back.
Yep, Wesley's ready to go. He's raring to go. Rested, spent the week in Adelaide just to refresh, and hopefully he should be a handful here tomorrow with a new ball.
The fourth and final test between Australia and India gets underway Thursday in Ahmedabad. Australian spinner Todd Murphy looking forward to the experience of playing in front of 100,000 people.
Yeah, I haven't played in front of heaps of sort of big crowds back home, so I sort of come over here with just the mindset of just enjoying it and embracing sort of what comes with India and play with a smile on my face. And as I said at the start, I didn't really know what opportunities I'd get at the start of this tour, so just trying to embrace it and enjoy it, and whatever comes of that comes of it.
To footy, and Collingwood's Patrick Lipinski has undergone shoulder surgery today. The 23-year-old dislocated his left shoulder during the final term of Collingwood's practice match against Hawthorn last week. He's expected to be out of the game for the first half of 2023. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
At Hackham, got a crash Main South Road near Penny's Hill Road. Modbury crashed there North East Road near Reservoir Road, while at Campbelltown got an all-leak Noel North East Road near Hamblin Road. Got road closures around the Adelaide Oval in place on Woomera Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert tonight. Keep it in mind if you're heading that way. And a camera at McGill Road at McGill. This March, Bob Jane T-Marts have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals with 15 stores located in Adelaide. They'll look after you. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower tonight down to 14, showers tomorrow 20, partly cloudy on Thursday 22 and sunny on Friday 27. Right now it's 19 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Another interest rates hit, how much it'll cost you and when the hikes might end. Speaking out, the victim of a COVID vaccine switch tells her story only on 9. A free ride for footy fans, but is it at the taxpayer's expense? And we're live to Adelaide Oval, where one of the world's biggest stars will take the stage. I'm Brenton Braglis. The full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
7 minutes after 5, Alex Carey to join us very shortly, live from India. We have some giveaways still to do. Ben Ebert's going to join us on the show, and Dwayne Ties from the SA Sport Hall of Fame, his new inductee. All that to come and more before 7.
Yeah, well, Rowey, you may have seen on the weekend there is a real grassroots sports club problem, and that is finding volunteers. They're scrambling everywhere for them. People aren't putting their hands up, so it's forcing clubs into perhaps charging a levy. Now, we're going to go to the volunteer shortage. Well, the Volunteering SA CEO, Hamilton Calder. And Hamilton, can you tell us just how bad is this problem?
Look, thanks, guys, and thanks for having us. It's not just a problem in grassroots sporting clubs, and we've definitely had some real conversations over the weekend about this. It's just we have seen, since COVID, or whilst COVID was here in full force, that we really had a problem with volunteers. Understandably, people weren't going out and doing things. But what a lot of the conversations, as you've said over the weekend, is that just clubs are just sticking their hand up, particularly the smaller ones, and saying we just don't have those volunteers to ensure that the games and from cooking the barbies to doing the lines or from helping out on the committees, that there is a need for volunteers to step up, and particularly where their kids are playing, and support their kids.
Well, how come that's fallen away so much? My kids are now all in their 20s, but we were all on rosters as far as running the boundary, goal umpiring, barbecues, you name it. Everybody had to play a part in that. How's that fallen away so badly?
Look, and I think that's exactly the question, isn't it? And that's what these clubs are asking. If we don't have those people stepping up, what are the other things to do? And traditionally, we've used things like the carrot approach, encouraging people really, but this is kind of going the other end of it. It's a bit of the stick approach of saying, look, well, if you don't, we're going to charge a bit of levy. What I would say, though, is that in the decade from 2010 to 2020, so the decade up till COVID, the 10 years before, there was about a 65% reduction in volunteers across the board, and that's formal volunteering. And that's the kind of the mums who are, my mum helping out at Meals on Wheels, those regular volunteers. Yeah. We did, however, see that those, what we call informal volunteers, people that can help out a little bit, but just can't regularly commit. They almost replaced. So we still had almost the same number of volunteers. It just changed from people doing that regular stuff to saying, I can do a bit now and I'll help out a bit, but then I can't do as much. So it's kind of a widespread thing, and maybe it's as our population is ageing and maybe we're getting busier, or maybe as the kind of economic stuff starts to hit and we just don't have that time. We like to think that, there are ways. I mean, I'm the president of our local soccer club. We haven't come to this yet. I would think that maybe rather than penalising, it might be an incentive for those that step up. So rather than saying, look, we'll charge extra if you don't, we'll say, well, if you do step up and jump on the committee or run the lines or cook the snags, then we'll offer an incentive to reduce. Maybe we can quickly, take $10 or $20 off your fees. But we're still in our club at the point where we haven't asked for that. We're still having some tough conversations, but we're still getting parents to stick their hand up.
What's the nominal fee? Give us a ballpark.
I don't know. Look, I mean, we've been able to hold our fees. So for young kids playing in our club, we're charging about $120 for fees. And so if we maybe knocked, say, $20 off if we came to that point, which we're not at yet, but it's going to be different for every club and different for age. And the government puts that fabulous thing for school students, the $100 sports voucher as well. So there's lots of ways. The most exciting thing that we're doing, and we got some government funding to do this, and we're going to launch it soon with the Office of Rec and Sport and Racing, is we're going to set up a volunteer app just for sporting clubs. So if you're a sporting club and you want to, if you've got some volunteer positions, jump on this. It'll be launched within hopefully the next few weeks. Jump on this We Do Sport app. But it's also looking, and it's hopefully finding people in community and not just the mums and dads associated with the club. So what we're trying to say is maybe if you're in Glenelg and you've retired and you're not aligned with a particular sporting club, but you're looking for a role that you can play and you might be a retired accountant or something, you can visit this site and actually find out, well, what are all the different codes in my local area that are looking for a club secretary or a something like that to help out. So we think there are ways in which we can try to call on the community to help these clubs and maybe not rely as much on the mums and dads.
I know this was a deterrent around our clubs, Hamilton, and as the Foodland tax has gone berserk, you need to have a police clearance to volunteer around kids. There's one. Afternoon, Rowey and Tmmy, there's one very good reason why volunteers have reduced, the amount of paperwork and checks needed to undertake for a basic volunteer role. Bill from Glenelg, that is so true, Hamilton. The hoops you've got to jump through just to do something in society now is a joke.
I know, and that's the thing. What we know, 2 weeks ago, the National Strategy for Volunteering was launched, and what it found out from talking to thousands of people around the country is if you volunteer, you want to get a good experience, and you also want to be it easy. It has to be easy. And so we're trying to work out with clubs and with Sport SA as well, how do we make it easy? How do we reduce those barriers so that, as you say, people don't have to do this big induction? Now, we're not saying, look, sometimes you absolutely you want your kids to be looked after, you need those police checks, but it shouldn't be every position. What are the ways in which, or nor should you have 3-hour committee meetings? I'm about to join the committee meeting tonight.
Keep it short, mate.
Indeed. Has to be short. No one's got time for that. It's like, okay, what can we do? So you're absolutely right. How do we reduce those barriers to make sure that people can get something good out of it and feel they're giving back, but not feel as though they have to do hours and hours of induction and go through crap to get it?
Yeah, Hamilton, thanks for your time. Volunteering SANT CEO Hamilton Calder. We'll go from there to a football president of the Mitcham Hawks. His name's Stuart Palmer. Stuart, welcome. Why bring in a levy?
Right. Okay. You've probably been talking to the expert, but I guess primarily it was due to the fact that despite our club having a very good record in terms of people that would volunteer and were prepared to volunteer, I think it was a double-edged sword. One, the numbers started to just drop off a bit. I think obviously the separation that COVID caused in terms of a whole range of issues probably aided that a little bit. But and I was interested in Hamilton's comments about reducing costs, etc. I guess one of the double-edged benefits of this is, of course, that you do get someone coming in, but also it offsets the fact that if you don't have that volunteer, then we don't have to pay a wage to someone that comes in and does that job.
Yeah.
And when you've got sporting clubs like ours who are basically being run not on the smell of an oily rag, but certainly we have to watch our pennies very, very carefully. Then the more we reduce our outgoings, the more obviously we don't have to get through sponsorship and all those other avenues. So, but look, I think I need to make the point. It doesn't appear as though this actual initiative an infant in any way. Interestingly enough, since I had a bit of publicity about this, I had a mate of mine ring me and he said they've been doing it at their sailing club for 20 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think it's more. It's not the uniqueness of introducing it. I think it's just the prevalence of how many clubs have decided to turn to this scenario. Now, it just gives our members and obviously parents that are paying the subscriptions a choice. They either can pay the additional levy or they can volunteer for 3 hours. Now, we understand that 3 hours, when you say it quickly, doesn't sound like a lot of time, but for some parents, it may be completely impractical. They either want to be with their children, watching them play football, etc., etc. You might have parents who work away from, like fly in, fly out, people involved, a whole myriad of different things. So we just got to the point where we thought, right, we'll give them the opportunity. Here's the fee, here's the levy. If you want to pay the levy, that's fine. If you don't, then we'd ask you to put your name down. Now, the next stage, of course, is that within your club, you have to have an administrator that's able to then obviously log all those hours and make sure that people are contacted in time for them to do 3 hours in the canteen or 3 hours on the barbecue or help us clean up after an event, etc., etc. So it was interesting. I've been lucky enough to just listen on a couple of webinars. There was a company called ClubMat who are quite excellent when it comes to these issues for clubs, and they make some really key points about the fact that when you do get volunteers come in, you have to make sure that you explain to them where they fit into the structure of your club, how important it is to have them there, and also how to actually obviously do the function that you're asking them to do. And then on top of that, of course, and I think most clubs do this, you have a reward night where you actually invite volunteers back to the club and say, thank you, and give them a pat on the back. And well done.
Yeah, Stuart, if you're on hands-free, just go off the hands-free. You're just breaking up a little bit. Whilst you do that, I want to know how well it's been received by your club, because we've all been involved at junior clubs. Yeah, that's better. Some parents are legit too busy. We know that. Some drop and run, and they use sport as a babysitter, and they take the P155. I think the clubs that I've been involved with, I'd like to say to them, right, your levy is this because you drop and run. We've never seen you at the club, and you use it as a babysitter, and then reward the ones that do volunteer.
Yes, that's a subjective view, I guess. It's interesting. You're right. I mean, look. On the other hand, Rory, if someone says that they're going to give us 3 hours on the 15th of April in the canteen, and they don't show up, we're not going to ring them up and hassle them or anything else. I mean, they could have had an emergency, etc., etc. I don't think we're ever going to get down to that level. Like I say, obviously someone's got to create a spreadsheet, give people plenty of notice, give them enough information about what we're asking them to do, and like I say, show where they fit into the structure of the club, advertise your structure so they understand it. But one of the big things is that, and again through these webinars, is you've got to get your structure right so that you've got the right people. And it was interesting, again, listening to what Hamilton said then about, the number of hours meetings take. If your structure's right, then at executive level, you just talk about the strategic initiatives, and then underneath that, you have a non-executive group basically do the discussion, so that when it comes to these high-level meetings, you're really just listening to what the recommendations have been from those groups, so you don't end up in this talk fest where you've got a lot of people. Apparently our committee last year was, I think, 14 people, and I think everybody agreed that was a number, just a number too great. But anyway, it's another way that, I mean, obviously once you get volunteers coming into the club, it's another way that you can build up, the community involvement in the club, and volunteers meet other volunteers, they share experiences. One of the things that ClubMat made note of recently was that, or in their spiel, was that the most common reason for not volunteering is you don't get asked.
Yeah, right. There you go.
So there you go. The old saying: if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, spot on.
So I think at least you've got to get on the front foot. Now, that doesn't mean to say the first time you ask someone, you say, "Oh, by the way, if you don't do it, we're going to hit you with a levy." But once the levy's in place, but we've had, and obviously I'm not talking about hundreds of people, but we've had people actually say, we'll pay our fees, we'll give you the set that we charge $75 levy, and we'll do the 3 hours as well.
Yeah.
So, you've always got that level of interest and level of, people offering up. And obviously, what Stephen said before, you can sort of assume those things are happening within your club, but I mean, you don't have police walking around saying, you've dropped your children off and now you're heading out the gate. I mean, that's just how it works. But I said, it's not a new thing, but it's become something that people are now understanding, that it's at least a way of trying to appease,
a problem.
And you guys have been in clubland long enough to know that if you don't extend your base of volunteers, people get burnt out and people get tired, and so you've got to try and share the load. That's the main thing.
Spot on. Well done, Stewie. Mitcham Hawks Football Club president, and of course was part of our sensational 70s team as well, Stuart Palmer.
He absolutely
outstanding, that stuff. Tell you what, give us a six-pack, I'll do the scoreboard Saturday.
But here's the thing. Well, let's throw it open. Who's happy to pay a levy in their subs to not volunteer and reward parents that volunteer with cheaper subs? Now, I'm all for that. Have your say. 822 300 00. Are you down at a club? We're getting... How many texts have come through on the back of I need a police check for this, a police check for that? You don't need a police check for everything you do.
I think working with
Maybe
children,
I'm
all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, so am I. But we've got to get
clear
to a
the
point,
decks on that one.
No, but that's okay, and I am too. But you've got to get to a point where paperwork doesn't bog you down.
Yeah, spot on. I think
there's got to be a level of trust that a president or a treasurer of that football club or netball club can go, well, you know what, I've known that person for 15 years. I know he's to be solid, and let's just get on with the job.
Yeah. KJ makes another good point too. Has volunteered at both types of socioeconomic clubs and said that, look, a simple thank you actually is a big deal when helping out. The arrogance and self-entitlement that I've witnessed sometimes from certain coaching playing groups in the last few years can really put you off. It's funny how a thank you goes a long way.
23 minutes after 5, I think every one of our listeners today would have had some experience as a sporting club locally in their life. So share your experience as well and the challenges you've experienced with volunteering. 8223 0000 is the number. We'll take your calls after the traffic. Get up to $250 cash bonus when you buy a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries wall split from Mannix.
Few crashes to look out from the drive home. One at Hackham, Main South Road near Penny's Hill Road, and another one at Modbury, North East Road near Reservoir Road. Campbelltown got an oil leak lower North East Road near Hambledon Road, and we've got road closures around the Adelaide Overland Place and War Memorial Drive. That's for the Ed Sheeran concert tonight. Busy right now, Old Port Wakefield Road at Virginia with a camera, Exeter Terrace at Dudley Park. Looking for a business loan? NAB lends more than money for your business. Search NAB Business Lending to find out more today. T's and C's and lending criteria apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Tmmy G.
Hey, now make sure you join Rowey and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf Mile End tomorrow.
I can't wait. I mean, if we could do a show from anywhere, why wouldn't you choose the home of golf in Adelaide, Drummond Golf at Mile End? I'm looking forward to having another go at their Big Swing Golf indoor simulators.
I've had a crack too, and it's brilliant, I tell you. Great for a quick round with mates and to improve your game. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from, like cricket, basketball and soccer.
Make sure you come and see us broadcasting live from Drummond Golf tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and check out the awesome simulators at bigswinggolf.com.au.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. For fixed price services, call Precise.
For a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Time to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Rosanna Mangiarelli to the show. And, Rosanna, more mortgage pain.
Sadly, yes, Tim. The 10th interest rate hike in a row, what it means for you and the household budget and when relief will come. A baby's death after a shocking hospital blunder. What went wrong there? An accused killer fronts court over a brutal Macca's car park attack, and we reveal his link to one of SA's most infamous child neglect cases. Fears Australia could be going to war with China in the coming years, downplayed by the government. How cash-strapped households are missing out on billions of dollars in lost savings every year. We'll tell you where to cut costs. And of course, it's all about Ed Sheeran tonight. We're live to the British superstar's Adelaide show on 7 News tonight at 6, Tim.
Cheers, Rosanna, and all the team at Channel 7. There's only one choice, 7 News tonight at 6.
Get a read on all the AFL action, team news and match highlights. Get a read on everything footy. Get a read on Today with The Advertiser and subscribe for less than you think. Hurry, search The Advertiser offer today.
G'day, it's Eddie May from NRG Solar. More and more South Australians are taking control of their energy bills with solar and battery storage. In fact, Australians are taking up battery storage in record numbers because they're sick of rising power bills and being locked into a system where someone else calls the shots. The other huge bonus of going with NRG Solar and battery storage is that you'll be protected from blackouts with an uninterrupted power supply. Take control. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes after 5. Alex Carey coming up in just a few moments, live from India.
Yeah, well, the athletic volunteers, and, we've got a big shortage on them. We've got Russell on the line. G'day, Russell.
Good afternoon, gents. How are you?
Excellent.
Hey, I love the conversation you had with Stewie Palmer. I just want to give another perspective because that's a footy club and that.
Yes.
I'm involved in a little athletics club out north. And, again, same sort of thing. Getting people to volunteer is really hard because, we don't have the facilities to make money over a bar or anything like that. For us, it's a sausage sizzle, whatever, and we hold sports days. Now, I'm all for this levy, but the problem is out north, again, like a lot of areas, your demographics and financially, it is challenging for some of these families. They just don't have that to put that on. So
levy, yeah.
For us, for having to do that, and we talked about it, and our president thinks, yes, let's have a chat, but I think it would probably push people away. Because you get the same thing like a sports day for a school. We start at 6 in the morning and we finish at 3:34, and it's generally the same people are there all day.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think it's a great idea. I'm all for it, but I think depending on your demographics and families that might be financially challenged, it would probably end up pushing them away and maybe go to another sport where it's not. But I'm not sure how you'd implement it across all sports.
Maybe the incentive is right for that.
Yeah, and you speak about other sports as well. So the Forestville Eagles are another basketball club, one of the Premier League teams in this state. They are also putting theirs on the under 10s to 23 players. It's already costing people $515 to play in that winter season, plus the $75 for your kid to play with a volunteer levy paid. So it's nearly $600.
Soccer's very expensive as well.
I do like the idea of if you volunteer, then that
you get a
gets
cut.
dropped. Yeah,
I like that more than put on. Foodland text, here's one. Gee, this is fantastic. Less kids will play sport. Instead of being the second fattest nation on earth, we'll be the first.
Yeah, that is another problem. There's no doubt about that. Let's go to Eddie. Hey, Eddie.
Hey, mate. How you going?
Good, mate. Well, you got any problems with the volunteering over there in Kadina?
No. This is when we was in Adelaide. I was in Adelaide. We used to play for, I was coach Footy South.
Yep, the Cats.
And we used to get a lot of lads there that wanted to play football, but they couldn't afford to pay it. So, yeah, as a coach and that, and got a little bit sucked in. So, yeah, we used to always pay their
subs
fees and, and buy them sausage out, after the game and that. But I can't see why people just let the kids just run the streets and that. So we used to pull the kids off the streets and just say, look, want to have a game of football. And some of them are really good players.
Well done, Eddie.
Yeah,
That,
good
you got
stuff.
a kind heart. That is brilliant.
Well done.
And every club's got an Eddie that paid for someone's
Yeah.
subs or bought them the boots or, hey, mate, you gone without? Here, have a sausage in bread. I love that. That's volunteering to the next level because that's really from the heart in your pocket.
Get the participation up. Let's go to Noel. G'day, Noel.
G'day, boys. How you going?
Excellent.
A question for you. Yes, volunteering is very hard, very difficult. I went through 4 children, so and I was like,
Yes.
I've heard the fees have gone up for the sample games.
Oh, you mean to get in?
Yep.
Yes, it was, I think came to us last night, $20 at the gate, 18 online. But we were actually talking to a guy back for Glenelg and we said, look, get your membership. And the membership, I think somebody came in from North Adelaide and said if you...
Works out $11 a game.
$11
I think
a game.
the eggs are $10 a game.
Yeah, if you buy your membership.
You get a membership, Noel. It works out anywhere between $10 and $12 a game.
Which is
that
pretty
is
good.
mighty value.
Yeah, I'm a base member anyway, so...
Oh, perfect.
It's past official, so yeah. But yeah, I just had a mate of mine just said, it's gone up $4.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it was 17, so it's gone to 20 at the gate.
Yeah.
But I think I can only encourage people to be a member of their club, and that will absolutely reduce it, and you'll get your money back. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Thanks, boys.
Yeah, cheers, Noel.
Good on you, Noel.
29 minutes to 6. Alex Kira to join us after the 5:30 headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Tmmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good evening, I'm Mel Usher. A 31-year-old driver has been charged with causing death by dangerous driving following today's crash at Alfred. It will be alleged he failed to give way. More movement on interest rates today with a 0.25% increase. It's a hive of activity at Adelaide Oval as fans stream through the gates ahead of tonight's Ed Sheeran concert. He'll be on stage at 8:15. And in sport, Aussie duo Thanasi Kokonakis and Alexei Poprin have won their singles qualifiers at Indian Wells. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
At Hackham got a crash, Main South Road near Penny's Hill Road. Modbury got a crash there too, North East Road near Reservoir Road. And road closures around the Adelaide Oval in place on Memorial Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert tonight. Busy right now, Main North Road at Curtis Road with a camera at Glen Osmond Road at Glen Osmond. King G's new trademark range is now available at Totally Workwear. Check out this new range of quality and comfortable workwear at Totally Workwear in-store or online today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
5AA weather, a possible shower tonight down to 14, a morning shower or two tomorrow and 20. Right now it's 19 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
There is another way to handle inflation that's not raising interest rates. That's monetary policy. You've got fiscal policy. You can depress inflation with fiscal policy, but that means the government's spending less, and that means raising taxes.
Informing Adelaide.
Well, so pick your poison. Yes. Inflation's just a horrible thing.
Part of it too is because of how much money we spent on COVID, thinking that the world was about to end.
That's exactly why we are where we are.
The problem is, world didn't end.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Moving into a retirement village can be a big adjustment and buying a unit can be prohibitive. So here's an alternative, renting. At Riverbank Village in the heart of Mount Barker, they offer quality rental accommodation for seniors. That's right, rental accommodation. No entry or exit fees and no hidden costs. Just one fortnightly payment, which includes 3 meals daily, weekly linen service, reverse cycle aircon and social club. Secure, safe, friendly and close to shops. To find out more, go to riverbankvillage.com.au or call 8391 0449.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get 25% off? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? 2, the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers and get 25% off your cabinets with laminate bench tops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Now, look, make sure you join Ro and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf Myland. It's all happening tomorrow, Stephen.
I'm really looking forward to this. And why wouldn't you choose the home of golf in Adelaide? Drummond Golf at Myland. I'm looking forward to having another go at that big swing golf indoor simulator. We had our little planning meeting that you planned down at Drummond. couldn't get me out of there.
I've been down there twice to do it. I
stop
love it. It's brilliant. And look, for a quick round with mates or to improve your game, there's 84 amazing courses to play. I went on St Andrews and I'll never play there again. It was way too good for me. There's 12 other sports to choose from as well, like cricket, basketball, soccer. It's brilliant. I even threw a gridiron ball. And didn't hit one target.
Ken Hinkley is joining us, so don't miss that at 5:05. Make sure you come and see us. We're broadcasting live from Drummond Golf. It is tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and do it. Check out the awesome simulators at bigswinggolf.com.au.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, it's Natasha from Fairview Green, and this month at Go Vita we have a great offer on Nutrivital Ubiquinol 60 capsules for energy and heart health. Buy 2 for the price of 1. Always read the label, follow directions for use.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Join the Neds Racing Open Group to connect, bet and banter with thousands of like-minded punters and see expert tips on every Group 1 race this autumn carnival. Take it to the Neds level. T's and C's apply. See website for details. You win some, you lose more.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes to 6. Going to speak to Alex Carey in just a few moments. We're connecting up live from Ahmadabad, which we've just seen the pictures actually unveiled.
Oh, hello.
Which
Twitter.
one? One of
Now,
3?
There's 2 of them that they had been covering up during the
So
afternoon.
it's sort of like pick a box.
They think they might be deciding now. We're
Pick
not
a
sure.
bitch.
One looks very green. Very green.
Wow.
Another one looks relatively dry, maybe more of an Australian standard looking pitch.
Right.
So not quite as dry as what we've seen in the last
Okay.
3. So who knows what they're looking at.
Can you crank... I love this song.
Yeah.
Little ditty.
Little Jack and Diane.
Yeah.
Mm.
2 American kids.
You remember? Who
growing
did it?
up in the heartland.
You remember?
Diane's going to be a football star.
No, not Diane. Jack.
Who?
Jack's
Oh,
going
Jack.
to be a football star. Come
Well,
on.
well, no, hang on.
She can
Diane
be.
can
be now.
I remember
Not
Diane.
back in 1982. That's why we developed this pathway. Right. Now, you had a go earlier
About grey hairs.
About grey-haired people.
Boring as
boring,
bat droppings.
wise people.
Not effervescent, not wise.
Nothing.
Wise is boring is what
Well,
I said.
you know what? I've got one for you.
Who?
Bob Hawke. You reckon you wouldn't want him on your boat?
Yeah, no, I think
He's
I'd
an Oxford scholar,
Yeah.
can scull a yard glass, got grey hair, led the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Legend of a bloke.
Gave us a holiday.
Gave us, well, he wanted to, but...
Well, he's 5 from
The
5
America's
in
Cup.
that.
Yeah. And what about this text too to back me up?
But he was Labor.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. What about this one? So, Rowey, following people would not get a gig on your boat. Comedian Steve Martin, he had grey hair in his 30s.
Yeah, he can come.
And what about Helen Mirren? She's an absolute legend, no matter what your age.
Yeah, no, she can come.
All right, there you go. We're building up a little
No, you're not.
boatload, aren't we?
You got about 3. Congratulations. Last night,
Are in order,
Crows
yes.
named some life members. Rory Laird.
Yep.
What a warrior he's become.
That's 10
And
years
is.
service, basically, isn't it? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Lukey Brown, who retired late last year,
Yeah.
has been another warrior, played in the 2017 grand final. Gee, he was dour. Well, he
Yeah.
was more than dour. He was like a human glove on those little forwards.
Sort of bloke you don't want to stand.
No, and made your life hard. And Luke, terrific career. Congratulations. And possibly everyone's favourite, Saucy Jacobs.
Yeah, and what
200 gamer.
It was a good story, wasn't it? Because he went over to Carlton early, and
Crows got him back, become an All-Australian.
Yeah, he wasn't quite cutting it there,
No.
and got his opportunity at Adelaide, and just blossomed. And a lot of big people do that.
Yeah.
They blossom when they get that number 1 role.
So well done.
3
Rory
showdown
Laird,
medals.
Luke Brown, Saucy Jacobs. 3 showdown medals.
Yeah, and
Again, playing.
this I didn't know. I learnt this today about Sauce Jacobs. He ranks 3rd all time for hitouts in AFL history. Can you believe that?
Third.
Yeah, I
Third
can.
all time.
God, he was very good. He had
Very impressive.
beautiful touch with his hand.
That's
it had
outstanding.
that flight, that flight in the
Yeah.
air where it looped up before it went boom down.
Do you know the top 2?
No, I didn't find that. Let me look that
Goldstein
up.
would be
I'll
one.
see if I can get it.
Goldstein would be
Would
right
have to
up
be.
there.
He's going to play his 300th festival
there you
round. The
Oh, a gather round.
Gather round.
Gather round up
Yeah.
Mount Barker.
If he
that one
plays
came,
every
is-
game, he'll play his 300th at gather round.
Wow.
Yep.
That's phenomenal.
So he'd have to be up there.
Oh, gee, I'm just trying to think who else played for a long time. The Maddens, Simon and Justin.
Yeah.
Whether there was... Is there more stoppages in the modern game, you think?
I would have thought so.
Here you go. I've just pulled up on AFL table. So Todd Goldstein is number 1.
Yes, right.
Aaron Sandland's next.
Yes, he was my next guest. If you didn't Google it, I would have got that, you buffhead.
Sam Jacobs, then Dean Cox, Gary Dempsey.
Coxie.
Wow, of course, Dean Cox. That makes sense.
But the margin's incredible. Goldstein's got 9,251. Then it's Sandland's 8,500. They stand alone at the top because Jacobs is then massive gap, 6,700. So a whole 2,000 just about between.
Well, here's some
2 and 3.
homework for you, Sam, because you're a numbers man. I know you love your numbers. Hits to advantage. Who's number 1?
Oh, that'd be good.
Because that's the only one I'm concerned about. Because some buffhead ruckman, all they do is hit it. Or they hit it to no one.
Only thing about that is all of those names are from, about 2002 onwards? So the last 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it says a lot more stoppages, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And is that good or bad for the look of the game?
Or we did have third man up, remember?
Well, yes,
how many
that's
people
true.
jumped over the top of a ruckman and hit it?
And that was annoying for the ruckman, wasn't it? They'd get a knee in the kidneys or in the thigh and somebody smashing it away.
We've changed too many rules for ruckman.
Did you like third man up? Did you like third
Loved
man up?
it. Still love it.
I thought it cleared the area.
Oh, loved it.
You know,
Would you
when it
bring
was
it back?
congested.
Yeah.
Would you bring it back?
I would.
Yeah, I liked it.
Because it was a real art.
It was
and if you got it wrong, you won midfielder short.
Correct.
So the coverage on the ground,
But if
if you got it right, it was generally a goal.
And Hodge was very good at it.
Well, let's do it. 822 300 Should we bring back
The
third man up?
Yeah, and stop nominating who's going up.
Here's another one I'd bring in with ruckman, the Matty Primus rule. You're able to take it out of the ruck.
Well, he changed the game.
He did.
Changed it because
He
he was
did.
too strong. He'd get everybody out the way and just grab it and
Grab
give
it and then handle it.
It was, and it was across the circle. Remember they had to put the
Yes.
line across the
they
circle
did.
because he used to go over their side and just get rid of them and grab hold of
Bench
it and
press
take
went to
off.
it.
Oh God, he was strong. He was phenomenal, wasn't he?
So why would you change a rule to? It'd be a bit
For one
similar.
bloke.
It'd be a bit similar to basketball. Steph Curry shoots too many from the 3 line,
So
so make the
stop it.
line bigger.
Yeah, take it out further.
Take it out further.
Yeah.
It's too easy. Yeah. Jeez,
I'm with you. You got to, sometimes, and they changed the game of billiards because of Walter Lindrum, who was an Australian champion, because he couldn't be beaten. So they changed the rules and he kept beating them.
Well, what did they change there? Billiards.
I don't know the rules exactly, but it was something about the cushions and all that. So
okay.
Anyway, he just kept winning anyway.
The
So
old
a
double
champion's a
bounce, you win.
champion. Doesn't
You can't-
matter.
You can't do more than 3 squirts of chalk on the end of the chalk line.
Yeah, please.
Come on.
That's what I mean. It's just a complete
Do you know
waste
what?
of time.
After you and I play in the oldies darts
Oh
this year,
yes, the Masters.
Masters, which we're playing together as a team,
Yeah.
they'll change the rules after that.
Oh, they will. I'm with you. They'll say
They will.
those two are never to play again.
That's what they'll do.
Got to make that trip 20 a bit smaller.
That's
You're too
what
good.
they'll do.
17 minutes to 6. We're going to connect up with Alex Carey in just a moment. They're just wrapping up training over there and assessing the pitch. I reckon they might be checking which one they'd like to play on. The footy card giveaway we've been doing this week and will continue to, is all thanks to Sports Card World at Region Arcade. You might be a big footy card fan, Timmy, because I know a lot of people out there are. 822 30055. Call now. We have a 2023 Select AFL Footy Stars retail box with vinyl card album, all valued at $130. It's thanks to
Wow.
Sports Card World Region Arcade. Call now.
Great
I'd love
shop.
to give that away. We'll do
Okay.
that all week long. Let's check your traffic. Get up to $250 cash bonus when you buy Mitsubishi Heavy Industries wall split from Mannix.
At Hackham, got a crash Main South Road near Penny's Hill Road. Mudbury got a crash there, North East Road near Reservoir Road. Road closes around the Adelaide Oval in place on War Memorial Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert. Fair bit of foot traffic there at the moment. Take it easy through there. Busy right now, Manton Street at Hindmarsh, and got a camera Green Hill Road at Burnside. Uni Super is open for every Australian. At Uni Super, brighter tomorrows won't cost the earth. Look forward, think great. Visit unisuper.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Keep an eye out for the 5AA Street Team out and about in the sleek and stylish Mazda BT50. From Gawler to Goolwa, Salisbury to Seaton, you can catch the team all over Adelaide. Check the 5AA socials to find out where they'll be next. They could be in a suburb near you. The 5AA Street Team on the road for Edwardstown Mazda. Buying your first Mazda, trading your old vehicle, or getting your car serviced. It's got to be Edwardstown Mazda. edwardstownmazda.com.au.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Every week, all sorts of people do all sorts of things for Meals on Wheels.
I help out in the office, admin stuff.
Yeah, my wife and I drive and deliver food, and I help organise the orders.
I organise lunch and coffee catch-ups for customers.
If you've got a bit of time on your hands, we could do with you.
I was new in town and it gave me a chance to meet people and do something worthwhile.
So what can you do? Go to mealsonwheelsa.org.au. Meals on Wheels. Great food, great people.
Now, Specsavers believe everybody deserves the latest tech hearing aids at everyday low prices now more than ever. No one needs to pay more than what they should for hearing aids. You'll find qualified, accredited audiology professionals in almost 300 stores across the country. Now start your hearing journey with Specsavers and know what the costs are with their upfront prices. You won't be charged extra for your preferred fitting, style or colour.
You know when you get a surprise?
Yeah.
You don't like them when it comes to money and it's more.
Well, not if
You'd
it's
say
too much.
That's exactly right. You say, well,
Yeah.
why didn't you declare that?
Yeah.
I love
Do it up
Specsavers
front.
for that. That's it. Their mission is to provide hearing care that's fair for all.
Fair for all.
Come on. Where do you get that from?
Yeah, that's just a chant.
Yours,
It's like
is
I'm
it?
placarding.
I've never heard it before. That's why this Hearing Awareness Week, they're making some noise, because everyday low prices on latest tech hearing aids doesn't mean you compromise on quality or expert care. Love this company. To book a hearing appointment or find out more, visit specsavers.com.au/hearing. T&Cs apply.
Hey, now make sure you join Rowey and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf Mile End tomorrow.
I can't wait. I mean, if we could do a show from anywhere, why wouldn't you choose the home of golf in Adelaide, Drummond Golf at Mile End? I'm looking forward to having another go at their Big Swing Golf indoor simulators.
I've had a crack too, and it's brilliant, I tell you. Great for a quick round with mates and to improve your game. There's 84 amazing courses to play and 12 other sports to choose from, like cricket, basketball and soccer.
Make sure you come and see us broadcasting live from Drummond Golf tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and check out the awesome simulators at bigswinggolf.com.au.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family owned and operated, because it's personal.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
12 minutes to 6. We're still trying to catch up with Alex Carey. We're going to do so at the minute because they are looking at the pitch, the Australians, in Ahmedabad as we speak. So we'll get his thoughts on that in just a few minutes' time.
The SA Sporting Hall of Fame inducted some champions on Friday night, and they inducted an Australian Ironman champion. And I'll tell you what, this guy was in the absolute pinnacle of Ironman competitions when it was happening late 80s and 90s. Will you please make welcome Dwayne Ties to the show. G'day, Dwayne.
G'day. Who am I talking to?
It's Timmy Jennifer. How are you, mate?
I'm well. Sorry, I wasn't sure who that was, but yeah, all good.
Good to hear from you, mate. Hey, let's go right back to the beginning. You said that your mum took you down as a nipper when you were about 6 years of age. What made her do that? And can you recommend it for other people to get involved?
The first question, God knows. I think there was a kid down the end of my street. I grew up at Seacliff Park, and that did it, and he was in the nippers, and then, I might have said to my mum, I don't really remember. It was late 60s, and yes, we went down to Nippers, and it was fun doing, whatever we did. I mean, I didn't find beach sprinting or the beach flags very fun because I couldn't run very fast, but I enjoyed the swimming. And as far as recommending it to everybody, it's I couldn't recommend it highly enough. To just have an experience for kids where they become more aware of the ocean, of the sea, and what it's got to offer, and just that whole awareness around. A lot of kids drown in this country, and there's no need for it. So if everybody did Nippers, I'm sure that those numbers would change.
Mate, you weren't the biggest, what would you say, lifesaver going around, but they said your persistence, your tenacity, and your ability to sort of read the ocean really well was a big advantage for you.
Yeah, I learned how to read the ocean at Seacliff where it's dead flat.
I think it helped at Goolwa, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but I mean, even today, there was a bit of a, it was more westerly, I suppose, blowing, and there were waves. It was just for us, we had to get out every time there was surf. It didn't matter if it was, I'll go imperial here, 1 foot or 4 foot. We just got out there and played in the ocean. So, that was just something we loved to do. But, the story that I tell is that all my Nipper photos that I have when I'm a kid, I'm on the end of the queue. They used to line you up in height, from tallest to smallest. That was a thing back then. And I'm always on the end of the line, as the smallest kid. I actually went through Nippers with Stephen Kernahan.
Oh, wow.
And
he was at the other end?
Sorry?
Was he at the other end?
Yeah, he was at the other end, for sure. Yeah, totally. And so he was a beach competitor at Glenelg. He did Glenelg Nippers and it was a fast runner and stuff. So, so we were actually in South Australian Nipper state teams together for a couple of years. And then obviously he went off to, pursue his footy. But another name that I was in Nippers with was Mark Wiedemann, son of Murray.
Yeah. Played at West Adelaide and Collingwood. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mentioned that name, around sometimes. Everybody seems to remember it. The Wiedemann name. Yeah. Not that Mark was he was a good footy player, but his father was certainly, I think, the hard man from what I've heard. Yeah.
Dwayne, congratulations on the Hall of Fame induction. Back to the 80s and the 90s, I reckon I could have named the top 10 Uncle Toby's Ironmen, whether it was Trevor Hendy, Grant Kenny, Guy Leach, or who was Guy Andrews, was it in the 90s? Your good self. It hasn't kicked on. That was the golden era. What made it the golden era?
Look, that could be my answers to that could be perceived as controversial, but look, I think that I was really lucky growing up. I'm a little older than you two, from all accounts.
How old are you, Dwayne?
A little older than you.
Not much.
Are you older than 58?
I reckon he's might be a 1963 model.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're 60 this year, you old fart.
I'm 63 days after Tim.
Yes.
How good's that?
Yeah. There's only 3 year gap. Okay. Not much.
Yeah. So, I'm the 16th of April.
That's it. Yeah, it's on
60.
13.
Well done.
So that's coming up. So anyway, what was the question again?
Well, you were going to be controversial, so don't beat around the bush. Be controversial, Dwayne Dyers. Come on.
I was born in a good era, right?
Yeah.
Not that I knew it at the time, or I didn't even know it maybe when I was in my teens, but Grant Kenny's a couple of months younger than me. I'm older than him, so he's younger than me. Guy Leach and Craig Riddington are a year younger than me. Trevor Hendy is 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So they were some names that, that I don't know, we were fierce rivals, but also great mates. And we were, I was lucky that in the early 80s, the Coolangatta Gold, Michael Edgley wanted to make a movie out of it. So great, big prize money, created this race. Leachy won it, huge notoriety. It sort of kicked off these Ironman races with prize money. Before that, there was no prize money.
Yeah.
It was just everybody. The biggest thing back in the early day was Grant Kenny won the junior and senior Ironman title at the Aussie Australian Surf titles in 1980. And that turned heads. From there, my goals were to become, basically the world and Australian Ironman champion, because nobody had held both those titles at the same time. So, 83, I won the world title, but Grant was still, he was the man to beat. And then, so he won it from 80 to 84. Then I won it 85 and 86. And then Trevor came on the scene, and he was a greedy little fella, and he was off and on for the next 8 years.
He dominated.
Right? So during that time, Kellogg's sponsored Grant Kenny. Then they got on board to sponsor some long distance Ironman races. They used to have it down at Glenelg at
I remember that.
in front of the old water slide place.
Yeah,
and
Magic Mountain.
Magic Mountain, yeah. And there was 10 or 12,000 people that used to come down there, and all my mates from the East Coast, they loved it because they couldn't believe they'd come to Adelaide for a race and have such phenomenal support. It blew me away.
Yeah.
So,
hey,
but
Dwayne,
just getting back to that lucky era, I think, because then 1990, the Uncle Tobys got involved and sponsored a breakaway series, and all of a sudden the prize money, increased even more, and it was live TV, and we'd walk through Pacific Fair on the Gold Coast, and people recognised it. So it was one of those
Hollywood, mate. Hey, I'm just going to ask you a true or false question. There was
false.
He knows I'm onto him.
It wasn't about Baywatch.
No, there was a series in Manly, and apparently it was the finish of the series of races, and there was a big concert on, Jimmy Barnes at his best, and you were backstage, and when Jimmy wasn't looking, you stole his vodka.
All right, so that's probably half. I don't know where you get your intel from. It's certainly not.
Come on, Dwayne.
I'll never let the truth get in the way of a good story, right? All right, so what happened? It was the 10-year anniversary of the Uncle Toby, so it would have been 1999.
Right, yep.
And Uncle Toby said, listen, we're going to surprise you guys. You've done incredibly well over the last 10 years for the company. We're going to surprise you guys. And somebody went, so we were three-quarters of the way through the dinner. The prezos were done. Somebody went to the toilet, probably had a few too many shandies, and walked into the wrong door, and Jimmy Barnes was there.
Right.
So went to the toilet, found the toilet, went to the toilet, came back to the table and said, OMG, Jimmy's out the back, So we sort of knew. So this was at the I forget what it was called, but the big hotel on the beachfront at Manly.
Yep.
And we're in the one of the big ballrooms there and stuff. So when the marketing manager got up and said, "Look, we've got a surprise for everybody," our table sort of knew what was going on. So she introduced Jimmy Barnes. We all just got up. There would have been 200 people in the room. We all just got up and went straight to the front of the stage where Jimmy, where they pulled the curtain back or whatever, and Jimmy came out. And he just started hooking into it. We were jumping up and down, or if you call that dancing. But anyway, and then he's pulled out he's got his bottle of vodka there, and I've just reached for it, and he's handed me the vodka, and then, I've had a skull and passed it around to Trev and Grant and whoever, so we all have and then passed it back. So that's the true story behind it.
Okay, so you didn't steal it, you had it. I'm glad you landed the plane, Dwayne, because we're hard up at the 6 o'clock news. We've got a lot of texts. Can you still fit into your budgie smugglers?
Sorry, mate, that line's breaking up a bit. What'd you say?
Dwayne, you're a star, mate. SA Sport Hall of Fame
Congratulations,
inductee.
mate.
We're glad you're back home, mate. Enjoy it down south. I know you love it down there. It's God's country from Moana to Yankalilla to the Christies to Port Wollonga. Dwayne, well done.
Thanks heaps, and appreciate the chat anytime if you want to have a laugh.
Just pass the vodka.
Dwayne Tyers, our guest. 6 o'clock news time. Alex Carey, they're ready to go. We'll chat after the 6 o'clock news.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Tmmy G. Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
A possible shower tonight, a morning shower or two tomorrow and 20. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Charges have been laid following a fatal crash at Alford today. 2 Mitsubishi Utilities crashed this morning. One of the drivers, a man aged 74 from Kadina, died at the scene. The second driver, a 31-year-old man from Willamulka, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. He's now been charged with causing death by dangerous driving and bailed to front court in May. The man's death is the 32nd life lost on SA roads, compared to 15 at the same time last year. The cost of servicing the average $750,000 home loan has risen by 42% following the latest interest rate rise. The Reserve Bank has lifted the official cash rate by 25 basis points. It now sits at 3.6%. It means some households will need to find an extra $1,500 a month to meet mortgage repayments. The opposition's Angus Taylor says the government isn't doing enough to help families.
We've seen almost 50% of Australians saying they're faced with elevated stress because of cost of living pressures. But in fact, we've got a Labor government whose only plan for cost of living pressures is more taxes and breaking election promises.
A woman who paid someone else to get the COVID vaccine for her so she could keep her job has been fined thousands of dollars. Susan Louise Clark asked a stranger to have the jab on her behalf for $500. The district court hearing that person had disabilities and mental health issues. Her actions targeting a vulnerable person have been labelled callous and reprehensible. Clark has been ordered to pay a fine of $7,800 and a further $1,000 compensation to the other woman. The findings of a preliminary investigation into that fatal Gold Coast helicopter crash have been released. Siobhan Fay has more.
On January 2nd, 14 people set out on 2 scenic helicopter flights over the Gold Coast, unaware that in seconds their lives would change forever. As one chopper descended and the other rose to take off, they collided mid-air, killing a Sydney mother, a local pilot and 2 British tourists. It additionally left 10 others with varying injuries. In the subsequent months, questions were raised as to what caused the collision, and today those were answered. Following an investigation, the Australian Transport Safety Bureau found that there was a communication breakdown between the 2 pilots. The report found that the inbound pilot did not hear a radio call from the chopper that was due to take off. However, the Chief Commissioner has clarified that doesn't mean that a call was not made. The investigation will continue.
Around 60,000 will be at Adelaide Oval tonight to see Ed Sheeran in concert. He's expected on stage at 8:15. These fans spoke to 10 and they can't wait.
We came here 4 or 5 years ago and saw him and he was amazing. So as soon as we left that night, we said we're coming back again when he comes back.
Just watching him run around, what he does is just insane. So the energy.
I don't plan on having a voice after tonight.
Such a good live performer as well. Such a good live performer.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the new 2023 Select AFL Footy Star Cards, now at Sports Card World Regent Arcade.
The Redbacks are in Perth ahead of tomorrow's Marsh Cup final. They play WA at the Wacker. Well, final preparations are underway ahead of the 4th and final test between Australia and India starting Thursday in Ahmedabad. Todd Murphy says he's been warmly welcomed into the Australian squad for his first test tour.
Everyone's, I think, really comfortable with where they're at in their career and happy for guys to come in and just express themselves, and which has been, it's been awesome for me to sort of come in and know that you're not getting judged or anything like that, and guys believe in what you're doing, and when you go out there and put your skills on show that everyone backs you.
An injury update from Westlakes. Midfielder Billy Dowling is set to miss the start of the season after suffering a foot injury in Friday night's pre-season clash with West Coast. He twisted his right foot late in the game and is currently in a moon boot. Meantime, defender Josh Worrell has resumed running after re-injuring his hamstring in the first pre-season game against FIVEAA, but he'll likely be a no-show in round 1. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you.
At Hackham, got a crash Main South Road near Penny's Hill Road. Modbury got another crash there, North East Road near Reservoir Road. I've got a few road closures around the Adelaide Oval in place at the moment. It's mostly around War Memorial Drive for the Ed Sheeran concert. A lot of people walking there at the moment. Busy right now, Main North Road at Curtis Road with a camera to look out for McGill Road at McGill. Beaumont's only clearance centre at Richmond just received a shipment of 600 by 600 marble polished look tiles at $29.95 a square metre. Hurry into Beaumont's Richmond. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A possible shower tonight down to 14, a morning shower or two tomorrow 20, partly cloudy Thursday 22, and then sunny on Friday and up to 27. Right now it's 19 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Another interest rates hit, how much it'll cost you and when the hikes might end. Speaking out, the victim of a COVID vaccine switch tells her story only on 9. A free ride for footy fans, but is it at the taxpayer's expense? And we're live to Adelaide Oval, where one of the world's biggest stars will take the stage. I'm Brenton Raglas. The full story on 9 News, happening now.
CMI Toyota, South Australia's #1 selling Toyota dealer, has SA's biggest range of Toyota certified pre-owned vehicles in stock. Get great value backed by CMI Toyota advantages with roadside assistance, capped price servicing, even a 7-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. For a used car buying experience like no other, visit CMI Toyota today at West Terrace City, Cheltenham or Christie's Beach. Conditions apply.
We love to see you smiling.
Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
At Anderson Solicitors, putting people first is second nature. No matter who you are or what your problem is, we are committed to helping find the right solution for you every time. With locations across the state, whether you need help with family law, commercial law, wills and estates or personal injury claims, talk to Andersons today. Visit andersons.com.au or phone 8238 6666. Anderson Solicitors. People first in every case.
Now make sure you join Rowey and myself as we broadcast live from Drummond Golf, Mile End, tomorrow.
I can't wait. The Big Swing Golf indoor simulators. I'm going to have a good crack at it too. You know what? The 84 amazing courses to play. There's 12 other sports to choose from like cricket, basketball and soccer. I'm there, Timmy.
Just make sure you come and see us broadcasting live from Drummond Golf tomorrow. In the meantime, jump online and check out the awesome simulators at bigswinggolf.com.au.
G'day, Tom Wren here. Greyhounds love to run, and greyhound fans love Thursday nights at Angle Park. For top greyhound racing, a great family atmosphere and the amazing food, Chase's Restaurant is offering a full a la carte menu to ensure you have a fantastic night out. Chips, wedges, through to classics like burgers, fish and chips, schnitties and steaks. Yum! Grab the whole family and get to the park to watch those dogs go. Every Thursday night at Angle Park Greyhounds.
My fellow weeds, we shall fight them in the flower beds and between the pavers. We shall prevail!
Stop weeds from invading your space. Yates Zero Triple Strike penetrates, accelerates and terminates weeds.
We can see so much of the world with our cars, but we can't always see what's going on with them. Like when our brake pads are worn thin, or when our tyres are wearing unevenly. With Bridgestone Tech Check, our technicians send you a 60-second video inspection that shows you what needs repairing now and what can wait, so you can go with confidence. Bridgestone Select Tyre and Auto.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Tmmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes after 6.
Looking forward to this. The fourth test starts Thursday in Ahmedabad. Our test keeper is Alex Kerry. Joins us now. Kez, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Congratulations on that great team effort to win that third test. What an amazing turnaround for the group.
Yeah, it was. Result-wise, yeah, it's obviously what we came over to do, to win a test over here.
Oh, Kez just dropped
you there,
out.
Kez?
You there, Kez? Oh, that's what. Oh, here we go.
Weren't quite in it for long enough, but yeah, for us to bounce back from those, 2 losses and to come out and perform the way we did is credit to the group. And it wasn't surprising. We've had a lot of confidence over here, but yeah, just put the full performance together, which was great.
All played well over here. We're exceptionally happy for Trav. He open batted. He made 49. He just took it away from him in that second innings. What did you say to Marnus, who cut his lunch with those winning runs? Guess?
I gave him a big hug and said thank you. That's a test win for Australia, and they both played beautifully. So personal milestones is not what we're after out here. We obviously it's nice to collect them along the way, but for those 2 guys to put on 76 runs and to get Australia over the line over here in India was amazing for both of them. And we're looking forward to the next test here in Ahmedabad.
Hey, yeah, Alex, I think I've worked out how to win. Just lose the toss. So
it seems to be the way. Yeah, I would have thought that the teams that won the toss over in India get the wins, but that could have gone against us after a couple of losses, and then we lose the toss, and a couple of reviews early didn't go well. We didn't review them, and we just stayed confident, stuck to the process throughout the game, and as we saw at the end of the start of day 3, we were able to celebrate a test win against India.
How did Mitch Starc and Green pull up? They both sort of came back from injury. How did they both pull up post the test?
And firing. We'll see what the conditions are like, tomorrow and see which lineup is. But for both of those guys,
we're
fantastic.
We're just cutting in and out, Kez. That's okay. Let's just talk about yourself. Your keeping's been absolutely elite. To concentrate with spinners turning it square like they do. Are you happy with your keeping, Kez?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, Rowey. There's been a lot happening in front of the bat. So, I've loved the experience so far. Would love to, have an impact in front of the stump soon. But, it's been a lot of fun keeping to our spinners. A couple of new spinners bowled beautifully. The goat and
Well done. Still dropping in and out. That's fine. With the bat, did I read correctly, you're going to bring back the sweep? You're going to get more on the attack with bat in hand?
There's a ball with your name on it, so try to get some runs before they get me.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Hey, Alex, just wondering, the guys that are there in India for the first time, how are they enjoying it?
Yeah, they're really embracing the conditions and I guess embracing the chaos that we've spoken about, knowing that there's lots happening out in, on these wickets, new experiences for most of us. I know there's been tours over here in the past, but speaking to some of the guys that have been here, they are different wickets and there's a lot happening. So everyone's just embraced, what's thrown at us. We have got one game to go, so we're, hoping to level the series. They've been fantastic. India's, the guys that have stayed really close throughout. We've enjoyed it as company. I think we're, really well placed going into this last one.
Hey, Alex, we've been hearing that there's a couple of pitches being prepared. Have you guys been out there to have a look and see which one it might be?
Yeah, I think it'll turn out to be the one we're expecting. And no doubt it would be an exciting test match. Whichever wicket they throw at us, we're ready. Hopefully the crowd rolls out and we can get 100 close to 130,000 here at Ahmedabad. It would be amazing.
Kez, stay safe. Look forward to you coming home. Keep keeping well behind the stumps. You've been absolutely elite and the runs will come and let's hope we get a win and tied it 2-2.
Nah, good on you, Phil. Hopefully you caught a bit of that chat. I heard you saying it was cutting in and out.
Yeah,
but,
that's all right.
Yeah, hopefully you caught a bit of it. So, no, enjoying it. Looking forward to the footy to start as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, that's only 9 days away. Alex Carey, our guest, we thank him for his time in Ahmedabad. He did drop in and out. We're sorry about that. We do apologise. Yeah. That is technology. It's the WhatsApp. He always gives of his time, Kez, to our South Australian listeners that are there, which is great. I did read a stat. Since 2013, tests played in India, spinners have taken 48 test wickets at 13.
Yep.
And the quicks 11 at 30.
Slightly different.
No wonder we're playing 3 spinners.
Yes. Great call.
Just some interesting news coming out of the Age as well on the Test cricket front in regards to the Adelaide Oval Test for next summer.
Yes.
So Daniel Brettig's reporting that the Adelaide Oval Test is set to be played as a daytime match in mid-January against the West Indies. That's before a longer-term deal for mid-December tests, and as we're reading, it's 7 years' worth of mid-December test matches.
So we're paying for that again?
As part of a series of compromises stemming from our bid to try and get the Sydney test.
So we're paying for the mid-December test again?
Well, it's a proposal between the SACA and the SA government, and apparently there's a $40 million state government war chest for major events. That's what the Age is saying.
We shouldn't have to pay for a test match.
Sounds like there's a deal being done for 8 years' worth of test cricket in Adelaide.
That stinks to me. We shouldn't have to pay for our test.
Nah, that's ridiculous.
We put on a great test.
So we're the best test nation. We have the best crowds per population, and we've got the best oval.
There were 3 scenarios.
They should pay us for the bloody test.
They should. There were 3 scenarios SACA and the government put to Cricket Australia for these 8-year deals. One was this exact situation, 1 in mid-January next year and then 7 in mid-December. Another was 8 years of Christmas tests in around that mid-December time. The other was 8 years of New Year's test matches. So they were trying to steal the New Year's from Sydney for 8 years. That was the proposal. I don't think that was going to happen, was it?
No, wouldn't have thought so. Foodland text, I like these ones. It reads like this. Happy birthday to the Master Blaster, Sir Vivian Alexander Richards.
Was there an Isaac in there?
There wasn't
one.
Yeah.
I think there is, yeah.
Oh, hang on, it's Isaac Vivian
That's it.
Alexander Richards. How old do you reckon he is? If you're in your car, how old is the Master Blaster?
Nearest the pin?
King Viv, Smokin' Joe. You go first, Sam.
I'd say around 69.
Oh, look, he already knows. It's 71. He's 71.
He's
just playing a game. He's playing a game.
God, I wouldn't have thought he was 71, but then when I think about it...
He has to be, doesn't he?
He has to be 71.
He has to be, yeah.
Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards, what did he do? He played 121 tests, over 8,000 runs. Batting average was 50. Anyone over 50 is elite.
You're good.
If you have a look at his hundreds and his 50s, 24 hundreds, 45 50s, Steve Smith and all them, they're way past him. Yeah. I thought there would never be a batsman better than Sir Vivian. Imagine him in T20s.
Yeah, I reckon they're completely different eras, and that's the thing about it.
The bats weren't as good.
No, you wouldn't think so, and the pitches were completely different and the like. I think there was a big period of where there wasn't a lot in it for bowlers. He used to face Dennis Lilly and Jeff Thompson without a helmet. Yeah. And when Tomo was running in, he'd dance down the pitch before he got let loose of the ball, and he'd point where he was going to hit it. I think his hand-eye was exceptional. Also, one of the best fielders you'll ever see. Run low, take it one-handed, throw
like
down the stump sideways. He was the coolest cat going around.
Looking forward to our next guest too.
Yes. Yeah. Ben Ebert. It's ahead of the world's greatest shave, and we're trying to get him some money. We'll chat to him next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Tmmy G. Sunday nights from 7, join Sean Fuster with his partner in crime, Daniel Panozzo, for Just Lawful, the Adelaide crime stories that will leave you stunned. You can make a difference without getting involved through independent charity Crime Stoppers, supported by Police Credit Union.
Today I'm talking to Tracy, who is one of Arbor Vitae's many happy customers. Hi, Tracy.
Hello, Lee.
When did you start taking Arbor Vitae and what for?
I'm a cake maker by trade and suffered with sore hands for years, which is a common issue for my fellow bakers. They know how debilitating it is. A friend suggested I tried Arbor Vitae, and I can't believe how well it's worked for me.
What benefits have you noticed from Arbor Vitae?
It was after my second bottle that I noticed the difference. My pain has all but disappeared. It's like a magic potion. I'm able to work with no pain. No stretch of the truth. It's worked so well for me.
It's wonderful to hear how much of a positive impact it has had on your life. Thank you for your time, Tracy. Arbor Vitae is an anti-inflammatory supplement made from natural ingredients like pycnogenol, enzyme papain from the papaya fruit, aloe vera and honey. Remember, for more information, visit arborvitae.com.au, and remember, always read the label and follow the directions for use. Stocked in chemists and health food stores all over Adelaide.
Lee Lin Chin reporting at Zero HQ. Shockingly, almost half of small business invoices are paid late. It's like having Lee Lin without the chin. With Zero, you could win big if you pay or receive invoices. Visit xero.com/payit. T's and C's apply. Lee Lin out.
Patience pays off, especially if you've been holding out for a great deal on a new Volkswagen. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen is now receiving truckloads of new Volkswagens. Yes, they're coming. And they're available at amazing prices. Remember Mawson Lakes Volkswagen for servicing too, with next day servicing and free loan cars. Get a great deal on Volkswagen now. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle or delay. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
The Barossa Valley is gorgeous, which is why it makes sense to make the vine change to retirement living in Barossa Village, Angaston, Tanunda and Nuriutpa. It's the retirement lifestyle you deserve. And your pets too. Yes, your pets are your family, so you should never have to choose between your lifestyle and your beloved animals. Make the vine change at Barossa Village, under an hour from the city. Find out more at barossavillage.org.
Hi, Alan Lark from Annex Air. Modern ducted reverse cycle air conditioners are super efficient and the most affordable way to cool or heat your home. And when it comes to the best, you can't go past Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the award-winning quality Japanese brand of choice. Buy a fully installed Mitsubishi Heavy Industries ducted system now and get big cash buyer discounts. So buy now, stay cool and save. For a free quote, call 1300 Manix or go online anytime.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Tmmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 21 minutes after 6.
Now, for 25 years, the Leukemia Foundation has been doing its world's greatest shave. It's been an awesome fundraiser for Leukemia Foundation and supporting a lot of families that go through this. Now, we know that we lost the great Russell Ebert to acute myeloid leukemia. So his lad, Ben Ebert, has decided to get involved with the world's greatest shave. G'day, Ben. How are you?
G'day, Timmy and Rowey. How's the night going?
Yeah, boy. Not too bad, my friend. Now, tell us about how, because you're not just shaving your head. I mean, you're going to do it with, a little bit of fanfare.
Yeah, a little bit of fanfare. We tried to get it at the half-time of the first game of the footy season with the power, but ended up working out we're going to do it in front of Dad's statue before the game, and Albert's going to have the pleasure of taking it all off.
Oh, how good's that? That's going to be awesome. So everybody can get there. What sort of time frame would be a good time to get there? Is it about 3 p.m. or what? How are you doing it?
Yeah, I reckon about 3 p.m. Because the footy's about 4:10 or 4:20. Yeah.
Correct.
So yeah, about 3 p.m. On the day, and I've got a beanie ready to go after it. It's a cold day.
And now, what experience does Albert have at hair cutting?
Oh, I might have to get a few lessons with Jimmy the Snip. Obviously, he can't sort of do a trial because he's going to make my hair pretty messy. So I'm just going to hope he doesn't take some of my scalp off in the meantime.
Yeah, it's 25 years Leukemia Foundation, the world's greatest shave. So, Benny, well done to you and the family and all the connections with it. What I love about this foundation, it's about finding the cure, and we need to find a cure, don't we?
Yeah, for sure, because 53 people every day get told that they've got a blood cancer, and we lose 18 people a day as well, with 6,600 people each year dying from it, and 135,000 people living with it currently. So if we can find a cure, their aim is by 2035 to have the cure in place. That'd be great to help society and help loved ones.
Yeah, we knew you do your bit, Ben. Keep up the great work. Now, you're after $10,000, so you got to, if you type in this name, Ben Ebert, World's Greatest Shave, you'll get to the link. And
Pop
then his
straight
page will pop up. Where are you sitting around 7,500, are you?
Yeah, I've sort of got Greg Fay from the Lakes Resort Hotel donated $3,000.
He's a champion.
He's a champion.
Just had Neville Hahn from the Paringa Hotel, $250. He was peeling some prawns, some yabbies the other night, sort of the big fella.
Good old Nifty.
Yeah, so slowly chipping away at the total, and through Dad's proceeds of the book too. That's been pretty tough with economics and a pretty big print run. So we're getting close to breaking even, and then we can sort of unload into some of the charities.
Okay. I loved your dad, Benny. I was lucky enough to work with him for a number of years, which you know, and I know our 5AA listeners are very, very generous folk. Whenever we open up the lines, they generally get on board. So here's what I think I'll do. Timmy can do his own thing.
Yep.
But if you log on, this is 5AA listeners that are listening now, all the way till next Tuesday, log on to Ben Ebert, World's Greatest Shave. We want to get to $10,000. If our 5AA listeners donate, whether it's $10, $20, $100, $50, whatever, and combine they can get to $1,000 to help get Benny over 10,000. I'll shave my scone on air on Tuesday.
Wow.
How about that? Well, that's a
I
nice
might
little...
get Albert to come in to do that as well.
And Benny, little Albie can come in and just snip mine off.
Yeah, I tell you what.
So what you've got to do is you've got to log on,
Yep.
put your name down, so Timmy, $100,
Done.
and put 5AA there.
Yep, all right.
So we can then tally it up.
I'll kickstart it.
If we get over $1,000,
see your nude nut for
well,
100.
next
I'm
Tuesday,
in.
because I'm off on Wednesday.
I'm in.
Tuesday,
done.
That'll help Benny get there. How about that, Benny?
No, it sounds great, Rowey. Glad you're on board, and hopefully listeners can make you pay for it.
Oh, yeah. And I've got to stare at that for the next 6 months.
He'll grow back quick.
You wear a beanie.
It's the least we can do. Ben, keep up the great work. We'll keep in touch.
All right, thanks, Rowey and Timmy.
Beautiful stuff. The Leukemia Foundation, World's Greatest Shave, 25th anniversary. Ben Ebert going to get the old crew cut happening.
So March 17th, Port v
March
Geelong.
18th. March 18th.
Oh, was it 18?
Port Brisbane.
Port Brisbane.
Right outside Russell Ebert statue.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Get down there, see it happening, but get online and donate.
Donate now. I
Ben
know-
Ebert, World's Greatest Shave.
I know how generous our 5AA listeners are. This is a great cause. We need to find a cure. It just, devastates families and people's lives.
Absolutely.
$1,000 is easy. I won't do a full, I'll do a 3.
Or 2 at least.
Oh,
you
yeah.
won't notice a 3
You
on
think
you.
a 2?
Won't notice a 3 on you.
Let's do a 2.
You should get a 3
I have
anyway.
I have a thick thatch.
You do have a thick thatch.
Didn't Caro call that?
Yeah, she
did.
Yes,
Now
she
let's
did.
get $1,000. Let's get more than that, and let's help Ben get over 10,000.
Good
What
call.
a great cause!
Great cause, the Leukemia Foundation, the 25th anniversary of the world's greatest shave. It's 27 minutes after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Some really good news for those kids who'd made their own bike jumps and ramps and all sorts of...
Good on them.
Got dismantled.
It's exactly what kids should be doing. Physical activity, creativity.
Informing Adelaide.
Jane Stinson is the state member for Badco.
You know, the Edwardstown bike jumps are a bit of an institution in my area, and thanks to you guys raising this with the Minister, Tom Coots and Toners, he put the brake